Jolly Papa, moi Papa, oh. Jolly Papa, moi aïe. Jolly Papa, moi Papa, oh. Jolly Papa, moi aïe. If I am a man, I was no one what you ready. If I am a man, I was no I said, I say you're at your phone. Papa, Papa, oh. Jolly Papa, Jolly Papa, Papa, oh. Jolly Papa, Jolly Papa, Papa, oh. Jolly Papa, aïe. Jolly Papa, Papa, oh. Jolly Papa. Papa, what is here? If I am a man, I was no what you are doing. If I am a man, I was Tamuno change, tamuno go. Oba season zero. Mega ho, mega ho. Gomi melo ayo. I say jana ludo. I say you rush your phone. Mega ho, mega ho. Kali papa moesia papa oh. Jolly papa moesia aye. Jolly papa moesia papa oh. Jolly papa moesia aye.
Welcome.
We, the Biafrans, reject global conspiracy against the Biafran people. This moment we use this media to demand unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Simon Ekpa, who the Finland authority have held incommunicado for long time. They say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand immediate release, unconditional release of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never accept it. Doesn't matter how they try to paint it, the whole world is watching. And it is sad that the world is watching atrocities committed against the Biafran. Simon Ekpa is only asking for freedom of people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent life. Free Simon Ekpa now.
the world. This is like a shower. This is to by the brand. By the brand. I mean, the belly you is so you. I'm about the one lady girl. Body they go to work. Body they walk for back. When I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go. Opposite goodie. But then at the other side, I'm not to school. I see people run, I see people run, then I say, I'm waiting, they happen. I'm waiting, they happen. And I'm not getting money by. See no name for that. See no name for that. If we better you take your eye. Then I got the driver. That I'm waiting, wait to. That I'm waiting. This is my weekend water. This is like a full shower. This is to by the brand. By the brand. I mean, they tell you a story. About the one lady girl. Money they go to work. Money they work for bank. When I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go. Opposite goodie. But then at the other side, I'm not to school. I see people run, I see people run, then I say, brother, and I'm waiting, they happen. And I'm waiting there.
Back to sender. Yes. Your forgot now. Yes, we get about the news at all. Okay, hadi. Yeah, I'm hadi. Yes. Omara, 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 Omara.
This one pass now.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected wherever you are connecting from. Please like and share the program. Like and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors, wherever you are watching from. I welcome everyone, whether you are watching this program on YouTube, whether you are watching it on TikTok, or you're watching me on Facebook, you're watching on X, wherever you're watching this program, I welcome you and I appreciate you. I thank you for being part of the program. Today is the day 2 of the case of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, and I'm here to continue to bring update on the situation. Yesterday was very amazing day. Every one of us saw what transpired yesterday. We saw everything with our own eyes, how everything went yesterday. And today is another day. So I welcome everybody. Remember, we promised to follow up the case from the beginning to the end. Whatever happens, we make sure that we get out the information. And it is not just getting out the information. The most important thing is making sure that we get out the accurate information on the case of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko. We are more particular in accurate information, not just giving an information, because we know that many of us, because of the social media of today, many of us, we lose focus. We lose focus and we put our mind on breaking news. We put our mind, we just want to be the one to break the news, even when the news is not correct, even when the information is not right. Many of us do not care. All they are interested in is that they are the one in the front line breaking the news. But what we do in this platform, as you all know, is that we try as much as possible to give the information that are verified that we can be able to defend. More especially when it has to do with our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, and our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandikan. Everything we say about them, we are always very careful to give the accurate information. It is very important. Very important. For those who are joining us on this platform for the very first time, if you have not yet shared this program, please like and share this program so that you get to everybody. Remember, this platform belongs to everybody that is loyal to the pursuit of Biafra. As long as you are working under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, and on the Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandikan, you are welcome here to share your opinion. At the same time, even if you do not agree with us, you are a one Nigerian, or you are from other part of the world, and you have a superior argument, we welcome you with your superior argument. The only thing you can do is to send us a request. We will bring you in, then you present your superior argument. We are ready, ever ready to engage you. We will engage you so that every one of us will be educated. You will hear us out and we will hear you out. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to speak against any race or religion. What we do is to present factual information, verified information to the Biafran people, more especially to the world. We present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state, Nigeria. And when we say Biafra as the only remedy, we are not looking down on other tribes, other regions. All we are saying is live and let's live. Biri can biri. That is all we are waiting for. And I pray that by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, we will definitely get to our destination and we will do what we have to do. So I welcome everyone that is joining me in our platform. As you join, please like and share the program as you join. It is important, like and share, because we have to make sure everybody is carried along. We have to make sure that everybody is carried along. And that is why we are devoting our time to be here. Remember, yesterday, as I was saying, was very successful. It was a very successful day of court, day one. Today we are in day two. Day one, as you all know, went very well. So many things we have done. You saw our people were there with Mazi Simon Ekpa in solidarity. He was able to meet Biafrans. Biafrans were able to see him face to face, appreciating, exchange greeting and hugs with him. Many of you must have seen the video. I played some of the video here yesterday, which, if necessary, we might play again today. So it was a very successful outing. And Biafrans from different angles, different groups, they were all in Finland, speaking in one voice. The purpose for everybody traveling to Finland was in solidarity for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We were all going there to support Mazi Simon Ekpa and demand for his release, and also show his innocence. Also show to the world that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not just on his own. He is working for us. Whatever he's going through or he's suffering is because of you, is because of me. And that is why every one of us came together in Finland. Regardless the group you are, regardless the person you support or who you don't support, everybody united in Finland. And I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama that he gave many of us the wisdom to conduct ourselves, regardless the obstructions, regardless the hindrances, regardless the temptations that came. Many Biafrans were able to handle the situation properly. I appreciate everyone that made it to Finland. Every single person from A to Z. I appreciate every one of you. And I pray that every one of you will conduct yourself for those who are still going to be there. Because I know that some people are going back to their bases. I've seen already some people are flying back to where they're coming from who cannot be able to wait. Because the case is not just one day. The case is going to go on until 21st of this month. And as you all know, yesterday, the prosecuting counsel and the defense counsel were able to put forward their argument yesterday. Some of the charges were mentioned, evidence were to be examined, and Mazi Simon Ekpa also was asked some questions and he responded. The defense team responded also. So yesterday was a kind of a preamble establishing the case, how it's going to be yesterday. A foundation was laid yesterday on how the appeal was supposed to go, because the appeal was to re-examine every single evidence that was provided against Mazi Simon Ekpa. Yesterday was to re-examine all those evidence. Just as you know, the only thing we have been calling for all this while is appropriate law. That is what we're asking for. Fair trial. We were only asking for fair trial. We're not asking for any special treatment. The only thing that the Biafran people have been asking for everywhere, including the lovers of Biafra, everywhere, we are asking for fair trial. That's all we're asking for. And we will continue to ask for that fair trial until we get the fair trial. Our purpose of being in Finland was not for any other thing except to make sure that we give that support to Master Simon Ekpa and prove his innocence. Most importantly, that he is not alone. Just as we all know, he is not just calling himself a good guy, he is the good guy. He is not just calling himself a good guy, he is the good guy. And he did a very great work. He did a very great and wonderful job. And people like that are those we are supposed to follow along with. These are the individuals. And these are the things we are supposed to be doing. So wherever you are as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu to continue to do your part. Everything you know you can do as a Biafran, continue to do. Every Biafran who was in Finland yesterday did everything they could do. They were able to present themselves accordingly. And I thank you. All we are asking is fair trial. That's what we are asking for. Fair trial, nothing else. We are not asking for any special treatment. We are not asking for any pardon or any fair trial. And every one of us know what fair trial entails. Fair trial entails that every single evidence must be properly examined. Every single evidence must be properly examined. That is all we are asking for. And I thank you that yesterday it was amazing. It was amazing. And the argument started. Without any doubt, we have that faith. We have that trust and belief that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, definitely is going to join us this very month. Just as I've always said, the Biafrans have put every effort they have. Every one of us have put our own effort. Those who can pray, we are praying. Those who can support financially, we are supporting financially. Those who can support diplomatically, we are supporting diplomatically. Those who can support through their broadcast and we are doing it. People chose what they are supposed to do. And by this time, I believe we have given our best. So whatever the result be, we will be happy and glad that we did our best. And that is the most important thing. But I know that our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, will definitely be vindicated. He will be vindicated. Yesterday, so many things were discussed, which I'm not going to be trying to be talking about now, one after the other. But the most important thing is that yesterday we were told yesterday that by today, it is going to be a different ball game. It will not be in an open court, just like we had yesterday. So today's issue is going to be different. So, and we are trying to look at how today is going to go with the day 2. What are you supposed to expect today? Today being day 2, what do we expect? The day 2 of the case of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Day 2 briefing. What are you expecting? The case of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoko in Finland. Today is not going to be an open court, just like you know before. It is going to be a closed door section. That is one thing you have in mind. So if anybody is giving you any information that happened in Finland, this and that, please do not take it serious. Everything that will be discussed today is in closed door. We might be getting information after the closed door section. Maybe by tomorrow or towards the evening, we might be getting the information. But as it stands now, nobody except the lawyers who are actively participating. Even the technical team are not going to be inside. So it is a closed door starting from today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. Maybe if there's an opportunity for the people to come in again and stand in solidarity with Simon Ekpa and witness what is going on, we are going to see that. But as it stands now, today's court hearing in Finland is closed door section. Today will be a closed door section because of the evidence and witnesses of security matters. They are making it a closed door because of the evidence and the witnesses of security matters. That is why, that's the reason they gave why it will be closed door. Evidences will be provided, witnesses will be provided. That's hopefully both the defense team and the prosecuting counsel, each of them have their evidence and witnesses already available. So every one of them will be in court to testify, and it's going to be a closed door for security reasons. So do not be troubled. All we believe is that by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, with the international lawyers that are paying attention, international organizations that are paying attention, the whole world is paying attention, Mazi Simon Ekpa will surely get justice. Today, there will be no much action for the public inside the court. The public will not be allowed inside the court. Only legal team are allowed today inside the court. In today's sitting, only legal team are allowed inside the court. The technical team is in different sites across Finland, is active. The technical team is in different sites across Finland. It is also active. That's the technical team of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They are working, but not inside the court. The only people that will be in the court today is only the legal team. So I am saying this so that you'll be very careful with information you will see, because content creators are going to go out their way to try to please you, to try to create content, to tell you this happened and that did not happen. You must be very careful and mind what you're listening to. Be very careful on what you're listening to. Today, court section, as we speak, might have started already, but it is a closed door. If information is going to come out, we should be expecting that in the evening or tomorrow, or maybe it might not even come out at all. Somebody is still asking me what time they are starting. There is no open court today. Today, there's no open. It is a closed door today. Today is a closed door. Nobody is going to know how they start or how they end or how they go about it. Yesterday was an open one. But I believe on the 10th, I think on the 10th again, I heard on the 10th they're going to televise it. Maybe on the 10th, there will be an opportunity for people to come in again and it will become public. But today's sitting and tomorrow is only for the legal team. The prosecuting counsel and the defense counsel, only them are going to be in court today. So we cannot get much information today. Information we are getting today will be towards the evening or tomorrow. And it depends on the conditions that we are given inside the court. Because this is the judicial case. A case that the court doesn't have to be discussed in the public. So you don't expect to see a lot of things today. There's no much actions outside today. But the only thing we need to know is that the court is sitting today. It is sitting. I think they have already started even. The court must have started by now. But it is a closed door. It is a closed door. So if anybody is bringing anything to tell you that Mazi Simon Ekpa said he did or they did that, please be careful to what you're listening to. Be careful to what you're listening to. As soon as we get a credible information, I will always come here to give it just the way I get it. I'm not going to add, I'm not going to subtract. I'm not going to tell you anything to make you happy, neither will I tell you anything to make you angry. I am not here to serve anybody or to serve any group. I am here to serve the Biafra and also to serve the public. More especially on the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Make sure that credible informations are carried out. Remember, during when his first court, you begin to see on social media, they begin to create content. Some are saying, came out and said that Mazi Simon Ekpa denied and say he's a content creator, he's not a leader, he's not a Biafran prime minister. They push it on social media and people went and carried it. Even Nigerian media began to carry it around. Nigerian media begin to carry it. That is why every one of us must be very careful. More especially those of us in media. Be careful what you say. If information is not verified, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. There are people that give us the right information that we know are active in the front. The technical team, if you don't know anybody, you know Dr. Mazanga. He has platform where he gives updates. So when you don't see these updates from credible people, and you just see something from social media, don't even share. Don't share. Because when you are sharing, you are helping to promote those propaganda and lies. We must be very careful the informations we share regarding the case of our Prime Minister and even the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Sometimes you see that rumors and lie, they fly faster than any other thing. They go faster than any other thing. That is why we must be very careful. Once an information is not verified, there is no point. Can you just have patience until we get the right information? Just like yesterday's court. Some content creators are using yesterday's court already to say things that did not happen. Some are creating their own content. Some are saying, even people who were in that Finland are now giving information that are misleading. I don't know what they intend to achieve. I do not know what they intend to gain. When you mislead the public, and you know that public opinion in this case of our Prime Minister matters a lot. Public opinion matters. In a case of this kind of capacity, in a case of this magnitude, the kind of case Mazen Simon Ekpa is going through and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going through, this is a case that's in the public. It's a very high classified case, and the public opinion will always count. That is why you see the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu every time Nigerian government will come to the media and create a narrative. You see how they are creating a narrative to destroy the reputation of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They hire people, they pay people to continue to attack Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the public and tag him to be a very bad person. That is why public opinion matters. And those of us in the media, mind what you share. Every one of you that is watching this program as you're watching, my advice to you is that before you share any program, be very careful and know what you share. Listen to it first of all and see if that is true or not. Does it worth sharing? There are some information you share, it becomes negative. It doesn't have anything to add to what we are facing or the case we are going through. Because in the case of Mazen Simon Ekpa, the whole world is paying attention. Nigerian government is glued. They are looking for a and I bet you that any wrong information you push, the first people that will take it and promote it is Nigerian government and their media. Nigerian media will take it as a content. I don't know why we forget so easily. Remember in the lower court, this same Nigerian media, they went and said that Mazen Simon Ekpa said that he is a content creator, which is a lie from the pit of hell. Something that never happened. But all their media, Arise TV, Channel Television, and all the rest of them, every one of them, they carry this lie just to tarnish the image of Mazen Simon Ekpa, just to discredit him. So that is why we have to be very careful. Anytime we are listening to this content, anytime we are focusing on the issue of Mazen Simon Ekpa and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we should make sure we push verified information. I know so many of us are busy. We don't always have the time to make research online. But at least there are there's still some people you can be able to look at. Not content creator, I mean activists in this Biafra issue. There are so many people who are content creators. Even among us Biafrans, they just create content. They want to attract crowd. They want to attract people to themselves. But there are so many of us who do not care about the crowd. All we care is about the information, credible information. That's what we care about. The truth and nothing but the truth. It doesn't matter how it makes you feel. It might make you angry. It might make you happy. The intention I have here is to make sure you get credible information. So I'm not here to either make you angry or make you happy. No. My duty here is to represent and present to the world what Biafra looks like. Because in my platform, it is not only Biafrans that are watching. There are people that are watching from all parts of the world who wants to know exactly why are we doing what we are doing. There are a lot of people paying attention to the case of Mazen Simon Ekpa. I have been called by so many people who are not Biafrans, people who are not even Africans, Some of them have reached out to me to ask me questions on Master Simon Ekpa, on the case, on what we feel, on what we think, on what is going on. So when we engage in program here, I am not just talking to Biafrans. I am also speaking to those who are non-Biafrans, people from all parts of the world. All we are asking for is justice. Justice is what we're asking for. All we're asking for from Finland government is fair trial for our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. That's what we're asking for. Fair trial, nothing else. So today being the second day of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa appeal hearing in Finland, the rule of law, fair trial, and continued support of Biafra is all we want. So I welcome every one of you who have been able to join us today to get an update on what is happening, on what is going on, wherever you are watching from across the world. Welcome once again to our live stream. Thank you for joining us wherever you are watching from. If this is your first time in this channel, kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell, share the broadcast, and make sure you invite others to join us for this important conversation. Because today, being the second day of the Prime Minister Master Simon Ekpa case, we are discussing an issue that has continued to draw attention to many people across Europe, Africa, America, and beyond. This is what everybody is paying attention to today. Today, we are discussing about the update of the day 2 of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa appeal hearing in Finland. The need for the rule of law, fair trial, and the commendable support shown by Biafrans. The commendable support shown by Biafrans in Finland. As always, this discussion we are having today is intended to examine public development and broader legal principles. Court proceedings are ongoing, and no one should presume the outcome before judicial process has concluded. None of us, we should not presume the outcome before the judicial process has concluded. Any factual updates should be based on information that has been publicly reported or officially confirmed. I know why I'm saying this. Because Nigerian government will capitalize on our mistakes. Nigerian government will bounce on the wrong information that we, the Biafrans, are going to put out there. Every democratic society rests upon one important foundation: the rule of law. Every democratic society rests upon one important foundation: the rule of law. The rule of law means that every person, regardless of status, popularity, or public opinion, is entitled to have legal matters decided according to established laws and through an independent court process. That is what the rule of law says. So it does not matter whether it is a black man, it is a white man, a Biafran, a Nigerian, an European, an American, whoever it is, the rule of law must be followed. The rule of law must be followed. This principle exists not only in Finland, but also in democracies around the world. Why we are hammering and speaking upon it is because of the case of Master. You see, when it comes to Nigeria, you know that there is no rule of law in Nigeria. In Nigeria, people are not entitled to their opinion. You are not entitled to freedom of speech. You might have freedom to speak in Nigeria, but at the end of the day, you will not have freedom to explain. So there's no rule of law. But we thank Chukwu that at least Finland is in a Western world, can be associated with a developed country, a member of the European Union, and to an extent, Europe have developed to a level where the rule of law should be respected to the last. That is why we are calling out on this issue, so that the Finland authorities should know that they don't have to depend on a lawless country like Nigeria. You don't have to depend on information and pressure coming from a lawless country. Before ever you consider pressure from a country or you consider information of a country, you have to first of all look at the background of that country, what they offer. A country that is telling you to prosecute your own citizen, look at their own country. How do they manage their country? How is their country being run? What is the rule of law? How are they handling the rule of law in Nigeria? For them to stand and face somebody who is living in a Western world, who has never had any case in a court one day. He has never been to court with anybody. Until Nigeria came in, a lawless country, without obedience to the rule of law. Look at what they are doing in the case of Mazen Nandekano. The people that have refused to obey their own law, where their courts say, let Mazen Nandekano go, they refused to allow him. Instead, they took him back to start the court afresh. In Nigeria, Mazen Nandekano won his case. The judges in Nigeria, three judges unanimously acquitted Mazen Nandekano. 3 judges, not one. 1, 2, 3 judges. Nigerian judges, not Biafra judges, acquitted Mazen Nandekano. But what did they do? They sacked those judges, removed them, and they brought a different people. And they continued to hold Mazen Nandekano. And they took him back to start the case afresh. They amended the cases, amended the charges to the extent that even when it got to the time of conviction, they still use a non-existing law to convict Mazen Nandekano. A repeat law was used to convict Mazen Nandekano. And that was why Mazen Nandekano was using the popular language, show me the law, upon which you are convicting me. Show me the law. Show me the law. So how can a lawless country like Nigeria now be the country that will give you an evidence against an innocent citizen of yours, and you won't scrutinize it properly? You won't look at it properly. That is why we are saying the rule of law must be obeyed. And the rule of law says, regardless of status, regardless of popularity, regardless of public opinion, everyone is entitled to have legal matters decided according to the established laws and through an independent court process. That is what the rule of law says. And that is what we are expecting from Finland. Whether one agrees or disagrees with an individual's political views, the legal process should remain fair, impartial, and based on evidence presented before the court. We are saying this to remind Finland that the world is watching. Let's assume they have made a mistake in the past in their lower court. And at this point, in the lower court, attention were not there. It was just like a mushroom court and they did what they had to do. But now that international communities are watching and looking closely, it is an opportunity for Finland to redeem themselves and do what is right. Because one of the evidence that shows that there was no fair trial in the lower court is that no evidence was accepted from PM Simon Ekpa and Judicial. There is no way you can call that a fair trial. You cannot be charging somebody on terrorism and you refuse to admit his own evidence without a reason. The only reason you gave is that the evidence is provided is very horrible. You can't watch it. And you are charging someone for terrorism. In a terrorist case, are you expecting to see somebody licking ice cream or somebody drinking water? You are expecting to see people drinking Pepsi. Is that what you expect to see? We believe that the right thing will be done in this time. We strongly believe that there are still good men and women in this world. There are still good men and women everywhere, including in the United Kingdom, including the US. There are still good men everywhere. And justice will be done this time. Whether one agrees or disagrees with an individual's political view, The legal process should remain fair, impartial, and based on evidence presented before the court. That is one of the central ideas we will discuss today. When we talk about appeal, so many of us, all we hear is appeal and appeal and appeal. Sometimes we need to sit back and ask ourselves, what is an appeal? We need to sit back and ask, what is appeal? Many people hear the word appeal without fully understanding what it means. An appeal is not a completely new trial. An appeal is not a completely new trial. Instead, an appeal court, aspect of an alien decision to determine whether legal errors may have affected the outcome. An appeal is not a completely new trial. Instead, an appeal court reviews aspect of an alien decision to determine whether legal error may have affected the outcome. Depending on the legal system and the issue raised, the court may review legal reasoning, procedural questions, or other matters permitted under the law. So, for those who might not understand, this is not a new case. It's an appeal, a continuation of the case that is already existing. What the court is doing is to review. The appellate court reviews aspect of an earlier decision. And we know there are so many aspects of that earlier decision that need to be reviewed. Most importantly, the evidence. Who brought those evidence? The counter evidence. Why wasn't it looked at? Why wasn't the counter evidence looked at? What is the source of evidence? Who were those? Somebody like Malami, who is now facing terrorist charge in Nigeria, cannot provide evidence to prosecute somebody on terrorism. Malami, who they found AK-47, who is found fingered in sponsorship of terrorism in Nigeria today. The same man was the one that was involved in kidnapping of Mazen Nandekano against international law from Kenya. If such individuals are fingered in the prosecution of Mazen Simon Ekpa providing evidence, that evidence cannot be credible. There is no way on this planet Earth that any sensible government or court will admit such evidence. So we believe that the appellate court has to review every aspect of the earlier decision to determine whether legal errors, we know there are legal errors, which affected the outcome of the 6 years that were handed to Mazen Simon Ekpa. Depending on the legal system and the issue raised. One of the issues that you and I know that have been raised, the major issue that have been raised, which even Dr. Masanga spoke about. Many of you must have watched the program of Dr. Masanga, which I also played here, where he made references to loopholes on the evidence that was presented against Mazen Simon Ekpa. We believe that the court will review legal reasoning, procedural questions, and other matters permitted under the law. An appeal is therefore an important safeguard within many judicial systems. And we need to use this safeguard and use it wisely. That is why, even before now, I'll be shouting of how important it is. I've been saying it, if you can pray, pray. If you can support financially, do. If you can support morally, do so. Whatever you know you can do to support, financially, morally, spiritually, in any way, because it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Opportunity of a lifetime. If we miss it, we might not have it again. So we use that opportunity to unleash every arsenal in us to make sure that things are done right. Today, as we speak, Finland legal system is receiving global attention. Finland legal system is receiving global attention as we speak. And the reason is because Finland has long been recognized internationally. The reason today, Finland legal system is receiving international attention is because Finland has long been recognized internationally for judicial independence. You see why we are saying there is room for corrections. Everything cannot be about economic interest, political interest. No. The reputation of the country is on the line. The reputation of Finland is on the line. And why the international communities, why Finland legal system is receiving international attention today is because Finland has long been recognized internationally for judicial independence, transparent legal procedure, respect for constitutional rights, adherence to international human rights obligations, due process protection. These are what Finland is known for. But you know, anything that comes in contact with Nigeria destroys. Anything that comes in contact with Nigeria becomes a different thing. This is an opportunity for Finland to redeem itself and put itself back on track where they belong, to clean their record. I just told you what they are known for. The entire world, what they know Finland for. And that is why the whole world is paying attention. The same Finland that is known for judicial independence, transparent legal procedure, respect for constitutional rights, adherence to international human rights obligations, due process protection. That is what Finland is known for. And Nigeria, what are they known for? What are they known for? You know that judicial system in Nigeria is not independent. The judicial system of Nigeria is not transparent. Nigeria does not respect their own constitution. And everything I'm saying is based on fact. Look at the case of Mazen Nandekan. Their law says that you cannot prosecute any man without an existing law. Before a man will be prosecuted, will be found guilty or convicted, a man must be convicted with an existing law. But against their constitution, they convicted Mazen Nandekan with a repeat law. That is Nigeria. Nigeria do not adhere to any international obligation, human rights obligation. They don't. Because if they do, they will not go to Kenya and kidnap Mazen Nandekan. If they do, they will not be committing genocide in Biafran land. You know that in Nigeria, there is no due process. They don't have due process, let alone protecting it. They don't have due process. So how can two countries that is in opposite direction, how can these two countries in opposite direction be working in accord against an innocent man? How do you explain that? How can two countries in opposite direction come together to work against an innocent man? It's a question that needs to be answered. And I'm asking Finland, or anybody that's affiliated with Finland. That is why it's essential. And the world is watching to see what they are going to do. The world is watching to see. And that is why at the end, all the shenanigans they are doing will be televised and the whole world will see what they have done. Nothing will be hidden in the case of Mazen Simon Ekpa. Finland legal system is receiving international attention. And this very case is going to put them, either to put them on the top or put them on the bottom. It's left for them. They should choose either to go high or to go to the lowest of the low. These things that I mentioned are among the reasons why observers are paying close attention to the proceedings of Mazen Simon Ekpa, and they will continue to pay attention. Many supporters hope, many of us that are supporting Mazen Simon Ekpa today, we are hoping that these principles that Finland are known for, will continue to guide the case of Mazen Simon Ekpa. That is our hope. We hope that these principles that are known for Finland: principles of judicial independence, principles of transparency in legal procedure, principle of respect for constitutional right, principle of adherence to international human rights obligation, principle of due process protection. We believe and hope that regardless who is concerned, whether a black person, a Biafran or non-Biafran, that these principles will continue to guide the case of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. That is what we're asking for. Nothing else. Nothing else. We're not asking for any special treatment. Why there are some people also across the world who are watching to better understand how the legal process unfolds. The whole world is paying attention. This is a global case. It is not just about Finland. The world is watching and they are aware. My joy is they are aware. We, the Biafrans, we did a great job to highlight the case and make it a global issue. We did a great job. Regardless what the zoological reform we are doing, we did a great job on our part. And I applaud every Biafrans that have contributed in one way or the other to make our voice heard. The importance of fair trial. One of the oldest principles of justice is that everyone deserves fair hearing. One of the oldest principles of justice is that everyone, no matter who the person is, deserves a fair hearing. And a fair trial generally includes the opportunity to be represented by legal counsel. The opportunity to be represented by legal counsel. We believe that that full opportunity must be granted to Master Simon Ekpa. The ability to challenge evidence according to legal procedure. This is one of the most important aspects that we want Finland to activate and listen to. In order to have a fair trial, there must be that allowance, there must be an ability to challenge evidence according to legal procedures. The opportunity to present a defense. The opportunity to present a defense. Hearings before an independent and impartial court. Independent and impartial court, not like the court you have in the Zoological Republic, where a call will come from the presidency and the whole thing will change, where there is no judicial independence. To an extent, we have seen that judicial independence is one of the qualities of Finland's judicial system. So we want them to uphold it and hold on to it, regardless who is concerned. They should uphold it. Decision must be taken based on law and admissible evidence rather than emotion or political pressure. This is another important one. And this is one of the things, the most important thing we are calling for. If they want to show us that they have fair trial, one of the most important things we are talking about, the ability to challenge every single evidence provided must be challenged according to legal procedure. Our Prime Minister is also a lawyer. So I know why I'm hammering this. The ability to challenge evidence. These are what makes up a fair trial. Another one is decision based on law. Every decision they will take after all said and done, the decision depends on them. I am not going to take decision. My sister will not take decision. Biafrans will not take decision. The decision is on the law. The judge will take decision. So let the decision be based on law and admissible evidence rather than emotion. Don't look at emotion or political pressure. Because as we speak, we know that the political pressure is mounting. You know, Nigeria can lobby a country that can pay $9 million, $9 million just to cover the fact that Christians are being murdered in Nigeria, even when it is obvious. The same people that want to lobby have come on the ground to see things with their own eyes. The people they are lobbying with $9 million have come to see it, and still yet they went ahead to pay $9 million to blind them and say we didn't see what we saw. That is how far Nigeria can go. Now you can imagine the kind of pressure they will be putting on the Finland court. They will go to any extent. They will go to any length. So that is why we are hinting on this. Decision must be based on law and admissible evidence rather than emotion or political pressure. These principles are intended to protect the integrity of the justice system. If you want us to know that you have integrity and you are straight, these things must be followed accordingly. Due process is very important. Due process in any case, it does not matter who is involved, whether a black man, a white man, a foreigner, a local. Due process is very important. Due process protects everyone, not only defendants in high-profile cases. Due process protects everybody, whether white, black, poor, rich, low, high. Due process protects everyone. Without due process, public opinion could replace evidence. That is the danger. Without due process, public opinion, and this is what we see in Nigeria, because Nigeria has no due process, they use the media to create an opinion, and when they use the media to create opinion, the judge will be acting on the opinion of the people. This is what we see in Nigeria. In the case of Mazen Nandekano, you see them over and over using the media to create opinion. They tried this in the case of Mazen Simon Ekpa when they came to tell us that Mazen Simon Ekpa said that he's just a content creator, that he's not a Biafra agitator. Neither is he fighting for Biafra. A lie from the pit of hell to create an opinion and to distance him from the struggle and make him isolated so that they can be able to trash him. But the Biafrans continue to stand within Gidiba. Even today, the IPOB members are supporting Mazen Simon Ekpa. Many of their media, I've seen many of their media warriors promoting Mazen Simon Ekpa. They joined and called for support for Mazen Simon Ekpa. Just like they are doing to Mazen Nandekano today. You see how Nigerian government is creating an opinion to distract the Biafrans from Mazen Nandekano. They took the XDOS and the assignments that they were paid for. Make sure you damage his reputation. Damage his reputation to the extent that the people will distance themselves and they will hate him. They will see him as the problem. And that was what they paid Nekachi Mezie to do. That was what they paid Ikenga Uruaga to do. That was what they paid Ijele. That's what they paid all the members of SDOS and the media. They were paid to do that, and they are doing it every single day. The assignment: destroy his reputation and make his people hate him. Like the idiot that came online. An idiot came on national TV and said that taking the life of Mazen Nandekano is the only thing that will return normalcy. Something that even a madman cannot say. And after saying it, he said that this is the mindset of all Biafrans. What a madness. Something that is not even the mindset of his family. His own family, that thing he said, might not be, is not the mindset of his family. And this is what they do. They create a narrative, create an opinion, so that they can go into judicial and use the judicial system to act on that opinion. But I trust my Biafran people. We gave them basbos. Anyone they bring, we trash it. Anyone, the idiot that called for the death of Mazen Nandekano, go and check him today. Go and check his condition. People responded from everywhere. Poor, rich, low, and high responded to him. Organizations responded that he's speaking for his belly and not for the Biafran people, not for the Igbos. So, without due process, public opinion could replace evidence. Like in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, if you don't follow due process, Nigerian government will fill you with that public opinion. All their opinion in Biafra land, they say that Mazi Simon Ekpa is the one who created insecurity in Biafra land. That's what they're saying. That Mazi Simon Ekpa was the one that established Biafra land. But tell them, the destabilization of Biafra land started even before Mazi Simon Ekpa joined IPOB. Biafra land was destabilized before Mazi Simon Ekpa joined the struggle. When Biafra land was on fire, began to start, Mazi Simon Ekpa was still a one Nigerianist. Some of you have forgotten. The genesis of the destruction of our land was the Python dance. Python dance. During Python dance, was it Mazi Simon that brought the Python dance to Biafra land? That took the lives of 28 able men were murdered in cold blood. 28 men were murdered in the home of Mazi Nandekam. Jack, the dog of Mazi Nandekam, was even murdered. Mazi Nandekam lost his two parents because of the tragedy. Other Biafrans were killed in thousands. There are many mass graves that were shallow grave and mass graves, and some people who were murdered and they poured acid on them. We have all this evidence scattered everywhere. And at this time, Mazi Simon Ekpa was not even in the struggle. That was the genesis of the destabilization of Biafra land. From that Python dance, that the governors invited the terrorist military to take over our land. Thousands of Biafrans lost their life. How do we forget so soon? How do we forget so? By then, Mazi Simon Ekpa was still working for one Nigeria. He was still working for one Nigeria. Until when he saw that this is not leading us anywhere. And he joined the Biafra struggle. He joined the Biafra struggle. The Python dance that they came to take the life of Mazi Nandekam, was it Mazi Simon Ekpa? Mazi Simon Ekpa was not in the struggle then. He was in the struggle. That was the genesis. They militarized our land and they took many lives. Many lives were destroyed. Before the Python dance, Biafrans were moving with only flag. There was nobody anywhere talking about any defense. But once Buhari unleashed Python dance, they were killing Biafrans every street, every house, in every bus stop. The only thing they need to do is to put a flag on you and they shoot you. They just put the flag of Nigeria on you, they shoot you. Once they see you with an Igbo name, on the checkpoint, you are gone. And many people, we saw the videos, people who were tied at their back and they were shot. Innocent people. On different bushes, on different angles. Some, they took their corpse another way. Some people are still missing from them up to now. And when this continued, the Biafran people had no choice. Biafran people begin to improvise to defend themselves, because we cannot wait for every one of us to be destroyed before we can secure ourselves. Genocide was happening and the whole world kept silent. Nobody in the media was speaking. Nobody was reporting. Nobody was telling the world what was happening. We were on our own. And Biafrans, by themselves, decided to defend themselves. That was how everything started. That's how everything started. Mazi Nandekam escaped death, went to Israel, came out and began to encourage Biafrans. Began to call the governors, protect our people. These people are still murdering our people. He was doing broadcasts every day, calling the governors to create a security outfit to secure our land. He did that program for more than a month. Almost 2 months or 3 months. Only calling the governors to create a security outfit. They turned a blind eye. And as we speak, Fulani has already entered and begin to murder our people. There was one of our sisters they murdered, and they cut her meat into pieces and shared it in her farm. They sliced the meat of that sister and shared it in the farm, the Fulanis. No governor said a word. No police, no army was protecting our people. And Mazi Nandekam saw that the only way that we can be able to survive the genocide is for us to defend ourselves. Just like Chinua Achebe said, when Chinua Achebe was interviewed by the BBC, when he was trying to explain what genocide means, he said genocide means mass killing of the people. But in the case of Biafra, the mass killing of people have already happened. But the world is waiting for every one of us to die before they will now speak about genocide. That we will not wait. Chinua Achebe said that if that is what they are waiting for, we will not wait until every one of us is killed before they now know they committed genocide. And when they come, it's now late because the United Nations is always late. They are always late. When the Rwanda issue happened, they came late. It was after millions have died that they came. The Holocaust, they were all there watching until it became millions. We are dead. In Kosovo, they were still watching until millions we are dead. So we say, for we Biafrans, we will not wait. The defense of Biafra started in the absence of Mazi Simon Ekpa. It started before Mazi Simon Ekpa joined the agitation. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was protesting and defending land. Mazi Simon Ekpa only joined and took over the protection of our people through guidance, through advice, after the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2021. He began to advise people, educate our people on the need for self-defense. And remember, self-defense is not a crime. It is a natural law. Self-defense is a natural law. Even animals defend themselves. Plants, ordinary plants that you plant, they defend. If you plant a plant, they defend themselves until they grow to strength. If animal and plant can defend themselves, how much more a human being? This is a natural law. And international law backs it up. African peoples and human rights law backs it up. Even the Zoological Republic called Nigeria, their law backs self-defense. We have seen many of them calling for self-defense. We see their chief of army staff call for self-defense. We see their minister of defense publicly calling people to defend themselves. We saw Danjuma, the former chief of army staff, publicly telling their people to protect themselves. That if they don't, they will all be exterminated. So how is the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa different? Because he educated his people about the same self-defense. How is that a crime? How would that? In a time where people are being decimated, there are evidence of death being committed by Fulanis and Devi. So Nigerian terrorists in uniform and off uniform. Because a time came when we cannot even differentiate. We cannot differentiate between the Nigerian military and the terrorists. Because they come into a home, they will burn the home, destroy lives and properties, and they leave. Remember, the law says that every man is presumed innocent until found guilty. How do you now come and burn a house of a man simply because you hear that this man is a member of IPOB? How do you now shoot a man simply because he's bearing an Igbo name? Not that he committed a crime. Every one of us know there is no place on record where it was said that IPOB, the ESN, the Liberation Army, went and kidnapped school children. It has never happened. There's never a time we say that IPOB went and kidnapped people in the village, thousands of people, hundreds of people in the village, 10 people in the village, or even one person in the village. It has never happened. We have never had anywhere that any group associated with Biafra went and kidnapped a church or mosque or people. It has never happened. But what we hear every day is the abduction and killing of Biafrans by the Fulanis in uniform and off uniform. And then we want to protect ourselves. You say we will not. How does that work? How does that work? This is a truth that is out there. But Nigeria continue to shift the truth. They shift the truth. They use their media to push all the blame of all these atrocities on Mazi Simon Ekpa. Things that were even happening before Mazi Simon could join the struggle. The Simon Ekpa you're talking, he took over guidance of our land from 2021. When did the Python dance happen? Python dance, where thousands of Biafrans were murdered. In the home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone, they wanted to murder Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. 28 men gave their life to save Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lost their life. 2 of them were buried the same day. All these things were forgotten. Even an Igbo man will come and begin to blame Mazi Simon. These are people who were there when the Python dance was going on. They never said a word. They were there, Python dance were going on. Today, they have forgotten and they blame Mazi Simon Ekpa. They open their mouth, they say, Mazi Simon, what did Mazi Simon do? Nothing. Only telling the people, guide themselves. protect yourself, defend yourself. Without due process, public opinion could replace evidence. Political pressure could influence legal decision. Without due process, political pressure, you and know that Nigeria is only mounting pressure. They have failed in one. The pressure they were mounting initially was to extradite Simon Ekpa from Finland to Nigeria, which is an impossible mission. They used Bianca Ono was used on that one with the Interior Minister. Bianca Ono and the Interior Minister flew to Finland to go and lobby, to go and put pressure on Finland to extradite Simon Ekpa from Finland. That is how far they can go. So when we talk about the policy, if Finland refused to follow due process, political pressure could influence legal decision. Confidence in the justice system could decline. Without due process, the confidence that the world have in the judicial system of Finland will die a natural death. This is an opportunity for Finland to redeem themselves. Follow due process of the law and do the right thing. The world is watching. As I said before, we are not asking for any special treatment. Due process. Simple. Strong legal institution depends on procedures that are applied consistently. Not today you are here, the next day you're here. Nigeria and Finland they are two parallel lines. They can never meet. When it comes to judicial system, when it comes to the law, Nigeria and Finland are two parallel lines. So how on earth will Nigeria be in the Finnish court and begin to defend or begin to push an evidence against someone? How on earth? Which judge is going to sit back and listen? Looking at the judicial system of Nigeria, looking at how the lawlessness in Nigeria is going, how would anybody take anything that comes from there serious? How? As the appeal continues into second day, every one of us that is supporting Simon Ekpa and observers, we are looking forward for the result that's going to come out, the proceedings. Today being the second day. Already we know they are on the closed door. We know that they are in the closed door, as I said before. Only the technical teams of Simon are still outside. The only people that will be in the meeting of the court is only the lawyers. Only the lawyers are permitted to be in the meeting. Even the technical experts cannot be there. Only the lawyers are participating in a closed door for the case of Simon today and tomorrow. There will be no public hearing. You can't see any public activity. That is why I say, be careful the message you are going to share. Don't just go and share something because you want people to say, oh, you have a breaking news. Oh, because you have information. No. It is not about information. It is not about what you say. It doesn't matter. Every wrong information you push will create a different impression, perspective outside. It is very important. Do not say anything. Don't share any information that is not verified. We are going to get updates. Everything is going to come to public eventually. Be patient and wait. After the today's section, if we hear something this evening, when I come on evening program, of course, I will talk about it. If we don't get an information, we will continue to wait until tomorrow. Until whenever the information comes, credible information, we will speak about it. It doesn't matter. We are not rushing to let people say, oh, we are the one that get the information. Oh, we are the one that is there. Oh, we are the one that went to court. I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is the right information, no matter when it came, even if it comes late. Credible and the right information, so that when we are speaking to the world, we will see the things that are happening exactly the way it is. We are waiting and looking onto the proceedings. This is not time for speculating about the outcome. It is more of constructive to focus on. It is not the time for speculation. It is not time for speculation at all about the outcome. Don't keep that your speculation. Because the funny thing is that some people will speculate and others will carry it as a fact. People will give their opinion on their program and people will take it as a content and create a content and make it a fact. These days on social media, you don't even know when people are making their own opinion or when people are just speculating about something. You can't even say the difference. Some people are just here, they want to create context. Once you say a word, they will pick it out of context and they move around with it. And other people will begin to believe something that doesn't exist. So we have to be very careful. It is not time for speculating about the outcome. It is more constructive to focus. It is more constructive to focus on what has been officially reported. Let us focus on what has officially been reported. The illegal issues, the legal issues discussed in the court, whatever it discussed. We know the case of terrorism and the case of tax was mentioned yesterday. And Mazi Simon Ekpa responded. He placed his argument. And the prosecutor also gave his own word. So their internal argument between the lawyers and the teams is going to start. That is why today it is not being open. Tomorrow is open. They will engage themselves. They will scrutinize every single evidence. So let us wait and see the outcome. The importance of allowing the appellate process to run its course. It is important. Let us allow the appellate court process to run its course. Let us not speculate. Let us not run ahead. Some will go and announce the verdict. Some will go and even announce the result before ever anything was said. There's no point to speculate. Don't speculate. Just remain hopeful, remain prayerful, and remain focused. All we need to look at is the broader legal principles involved. Court cases often require patience. Remember, court cases always requires patience. And complex legal questions may make time to resolve. That is why it takes time. There might be some difficult issues, some difficult questions that need to be resolved, and it will make the case prolong more than you expect. That is why it requires patience, more especially in this kind of case. I don't think Finland, since its existence, have never had a case of this magnitude before. This is very important because they are going to set a precedent. Finland has never had a case of this magnitude before. This is the first time. That is why every one of us need to follow patiently. Complex legal questions may take time to resolve. So we need patience to follow them gradually. Stop speculation. No need to speculate. Let's be patient and wait. The only thing we have to continue to do is to continue to support Mazi Simon Ekpa as we are doing. My joy is that the entire Biafran people are supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa massively. And I saw the joy in him. And remember what he told us. Stop fighting each other on internet. And I have said it, I have been saying it all the while. That has been my message. Stop fighting people. You can go and watch on my program. You can't see me where I'm talking. I'm spending my precious time talking about another Biafran or another group. I might not like what you are doing. I might not be affiliated to you, but I won't spend my time, precious time, using you as a topic. Sometimes when I talk about them, it's when they come to my platform to interject. Because you see, once in a while, you see them come to my platform to create chaos. Some will come and begin to ask questions or begin to defend what they do not know. Then it will trigger me to respond to them. But as for me to make them as a topic, or you can never see me in my platform where I put the name of anybody as a title. Go and check all the platforms I run. Every platform, you can never see me where I put a name of any Biafra that I want to discuss you, or any group. Who are you? You are not up to that. You are not qualified to have your name on my program. The only people that I have here is Mazi Nandi Okugan, the supreme leader of IPOB, and Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. These are the two people that this platform promotes. Push every agenda they have to the last because they are tested and trusted. One of the notable developments surrounding the proceedings has been continued presence and support shown by many Biafrans. It gladdened my heart when I see the support Biafrans are giving. I feel happy. Like yesterday. As you know me, I don't focus on negativity. There are people that are so negative that whenever they see something, they will be searching for the negative part. Some of us are so devilish that in everything you must look at the negative, you must look at the negativity in everything you see. And that is one thing. The mindset of human being today has been so negative that if you do a positive content, it doesn't move. The content that draws attention of people is negative content. And that has made many content creators, they are focused on negativity, saga. When you are creating a positive content that will bring unity, bring love, bring growth, people individually will not even watch you. They will not like to watch. I don't know how the devil have succeeded in making negativity the order of the day. And some people have eaten negativity to the extent that anything you do, they must see something negative to talk about it. Anything you do, they must see something negative to speak about it. But I thank Chukwu that I was not brought up in that form. I was trained and brought up in a way that in every negativity there must be something positive. That is me. For every negative thing, there must be something positive you can rely on. I don't search for negativity in issues. Even if they are there staring at me, I don't care. I don't look at them. I focus on the positivity. And I pray that we Biafrans will begin to channel our energy to positive things. There is so much negative energy in some of us. So much negative energy. And that have affected some of our content creators. That has affected some of us that are in this Biafra presenting program. Because once most of us consume is negativity, if you don't give them that negativity, they will not listen, they will not watch you, they will feel you are not making impact. But when you begin to give them negative energy, you will see them, it will attract them. It will attract crowd everywhere. Because the day we are in is in a negative world. Go and see content creator. If you are creating a responsible content, you have to see people. But when you begin to create a content where you begin to talk about man and woman organ and begin to talk and shout, talk about the go naked and go wild and talk about irregularity, you see people be flooding. Idiocy now is what people want. Once you display idiocy in your program, people will be watching from, they will be going sharing the viral. Families will be sharing among themselves and be watching. But that will not make some of us to change who we are. That will not change who we are. It doesn't matter. I have said this several times. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter how many people that comes. I'm not saying anything to make you happy or to make you angry. I just say what needs to be said, and that is me. And I get away. But I am very happy that Biafrans came out massively to support yesterday from different angles and different areas. Regardless of our differences, you keep it aside and you appear in that Finland. Wear the same T-shirt. People from different, the T-shirt, every one of them will wear. What did you see there? Master Simon Ekpa. That's the figure. And that is how we will have to look at our unity of purpose. The purpose for which we have all the group we have is Biafra. So before you stab your brother, before you kill your brother, before you become hostile to your brother, when you remember that it is because of Biafra you are seeing this man, and you, it is Biafra you are pursuing, because of that alone, you will shed your sword and come back. You shield your sword. Let that be a guiding light. Let there be something you will always see. We know whom our enemy are. We know them. The real enemy of Biafra, we know them. You know them. I know them. Biafrans, we are not the enemy. Most of us Biafrans, even those who are fighting each other, they genuinely in their heart, they want Biafra. But they are so overzealous that some of the things they think is right is not right. And they wouldn't want to listen. Genuinely from them, they want Biafra, genuinely. But they fall into wrong hands. And they are being deceived and guided in a negative form. That is why it is difficult for me to attack anybody or for me to fight anybody, because I know that so many of us, we are genuinely looking for Biafra. But because of the message we have been eating, people, for personal gain, for personal interest, for personal aggro, personal quarrel, they begin to tell you this person is bad, don't listen to this person, don't go to this platform, don't talk to this one, don't do this one, block this one, do this. And you listen to it. Sometimes we find it difficult to even have our own independent judgment. Try to have your own independent judgment before you have conclusion. So that even when you say what you say, when you are being called upon to defend it, you can defend it. Many of us are saying what we cannot defend. Look at the woman who came online and be calling Mazin Nandekano different kinds of names, making different kind of acquisition. Today, the case in the court, and she's running her task. I thought she had an evidence. She didn't have any evidence. But she will on a camera and begin to abuse and cause Mazin Nandekano, make different kinds of claims and claim she had. But now, it is now to go to court, present your evidence. Nobody's fighting you. Present your evidence, let the world see it. And you are running her task. That is how some of us are. Those things they are telling you, they tell you is true. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. And you are carrying that message. When they tell you bring evidence, can you bring it? Do you ask yourself? That thing you are promoting, if they tell you now, bring an evidence, can you bring it? Just like some people who just come online, or maybe they will come to my platform, they will challenge me, they write something on media, they write something. These are people I know that I have been on media long enough that there are some information I have that I can't even share. There are information I have on video, on voice note, that I will not even share. No matter what you say or do, I will not share it. Because I know it's meaningless. It will only cause chaos. It will create confusion. But it's an information I have gotten to correct myself and to put myself in order and know where I stand. I can't share it in order to make people happy. I can't share it to make you come to my platform. I will not. But some of them, even when I have those evidence, some people come here and they'll be talking against the evidence, something I have seen, something I have in my hand, I'm seeing it. And you come and you argue with me, you call me name, you do, but that cannot stop me now, I have said it, I have already promised me, that cannot stop me. That cannot stop me. So we must be very careful what we are doing. We must be very careful. I can see my brother Coach Hughes, I can see you there. I see my brother Coach Hughes there. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. And everybody who is there. I can see Oba there. Is that Oba Nese? I can see you there. I can see Jewel also there. I can see Jewel. Thank you for joining, Jewel. I can see Ezemoke. Thank you, Ezemoke, for joining. I can see Alice. Thank you for joining, Alice. Every other people that are joining there, whether I mention your name or not, you are highly welcome. I see Sunday Gabriel. I can see you there. Thank you so much, Sunday Gabriel. Thank you for joining. Ochi Ogene answer. Ochi Ogene answer. Thank you, Ochi Ogene. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Ekene, thank you for joining. Ekene, I appreciate you. And every other person who have joined, whether I mention your name or not, Opera Paul, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Opera Paul. Larry Mwibo, thank you for joining. Jerry Mwibo, thank you, Jerry, for joining. Thank you for joining. And every other person that joined there, whether I mention your name or not, you are highly welcome. Those who are joining me from TikTok, I can see many people who are in TikTok also watching and joining. I appreciate every single one of you, whether I mention your name or not. You are highly welcome, and you are a special guest also. You are appreciated. You are part of this struggle. Those who are watching on Facebook also, I can see all of you. I say, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect all of you. We will continue, and we're not backing down. Those who are watching on X, I appreciate every one of you. I say, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. I see Okechukwu also. Okechukwu, you are there. Thank you for joining, Okechukwu. I appreciate you. for your massive being there. We are all together, and we will continue this battle until we win. I see Chuks. I see Chuks there. Chuks, is that the Chuks? Thank you so much, Chuks, for joining. Thank you, Chuks. I appreciate you, Chuks. Thank you so much. And every other person that is out there, we must continue. This is our battle. This is a battle. I know that many of us Biafrans, we are genuinely seeking for this Biafra, but the informations is creating confusion. Those who claim to be on the top and other, they create different kinds of ideas that makes us to begin to see ourselves as enemies. And that is more reason why I have decided to be on my own, independently, so that I can be able to relate with all my Biafran brothers and sisters. That is why I say I am not here to promote any person, any group, or any individual, except Mazi Nandekano of Mazi Simon Ekpa, so that I can be able to relate with every other person. So that anybody that comes here neutrally, come with open mind, keep group aside, and you can be able to speak, and Biafrans will listen to you. So I know that we all are genuine. But we should try to control ourselves. This support, this unity, this example we saw in Finland, let us carry it. And you see, the same message is what Mazi Simon Ekpa delivered. In the court there, where we were embracing them, he told them, stop attacking each other. We had it in the court. In the court, where Biafrans came and they were working Mazi Simon, he said, stop attacking each other. Stop attacking each other. Stop the attack. Stop it. Stop it. We are one people. We are fighting for one thing. I admire the support for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Let us take it further. Support has taken different form, including following court updates. We must continue to follow the court updates. Gathering peacefully, we are permitted. Any place we are permitted to gather, we gather there and give our support. Expressing opinion through lawful means. Whatever be your opinion, express your opinion through lawful means. Discussing development online. Something that will develop us. Any group you join, any program you join, speak about things that will make us grow, things that will make us actualize Biafra. Don't put your interest on when people are being discussed, or when individuals are being discussed. Focus on things that will make us to grow. Peaceful civic participation is the future of democratic society, provided it respects local laws and public order. That is why we must continue to do everything we are doing peacefully among ourselves. Even though there are different perspectives, there are different issues, different beliefs. It is also important to recognize that people hold different views. People hold different views about our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, the broader political issues associated with him. There are people who, up to now, they have different views. Respectfully, there no need to attack them. With time, they're going to come by. There are people that don't agree with him before, but this case has made them to agree with him. There are people that were attacking Mazi Simon Ekpa, but today they are the one preaching him. There are people today promoting Mazi Simon Ekpa, but before they were attacking him. So even if you see somebody who disagrees with you on the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, there's no point to attack them. We just wait for a question of time. The truth can never be covered. It's a question of time. Everybody will know what the truth is. We know that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is advocate for Biafra self-determination. That is established. Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko is an advocate for Biafra self-determination. This was one of the things that the Nigerian government tried to remove. When they told you that Mazi Simon Ekpa said he is not fighting for Biafra, he's just a content creator. They wanted to remove this. They know that Mazi Simon Ekpa is a hardcore advocate for Biafra self-determination, and that makes him a freedom fighter across the world. That makes him a prisoner of conscience. And the Nigerian government knew. That is why they went to their media and began to create a narrative to tell people that Mazi Simon Ekpa said he's a content creator. They wanted to tarnish his image, as they always do, but they failed because we are here. They failed because you and I, we are here representing and supporting him. We must continue to give that support. It doesn't matter whether you are disagreeing with his method. Whether you are disagreeing with the method, we must not follow the same method. We must not agree in everything. There is bound to be disagreement. You might not even have, there are people who don't like the way I broadcast. There are people who don't even like you just because of your appearance. They just don't like you. So these disagreements will always be there. But let us not make it hostile. Any place you go and you see that this place is not conducive for you, you change and go somewhere else. Lay your tent somewhere else. There's no law that said that you must be here by fire, by force. Come sun, come rain, even when you are dying. You must, no law that says that. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. You are free to associate with anybody you feel like you want to associate with. Any place that you feel comfortable with, you are free to be there and express yourself. Reasonable people can hold different opinions. The role of the court, however, is not to decide political debate, but to apply the law to the matter before it. Reasonable people hold different opinion. Very reasonable people, they can hold different opinion. These are a group of reasonable people, but they can hold different opinions. That is life. But I want all of us to know that the role of the court, however, is not to decide the political debates, but to apply the law to the matter before it. And that is what we are asking the court to do in the case of Master Simon Ekpa. That's what I'm asking them. Judicial independent matter. We have seen that that is one of the qualities of Finland, that their judiciary is independent, and we hope so. We hope so. That the independence of judiciary should be even for a black man, white man, Biafra or non-Biafra, regardless of the person's opinion. An independent judiciary is a cornerstone of democracy. And we know that Finland is a democratic nation. So we expect their judiciary to be independent. Judges are expected to interpret the law impartially. This is what we're expecting for Finland judge. Finland judges should interpret the law impartially. Consider evidence presented in the court. Every evidence should be present. Not this one they say you cannot look at this evidence, it is too horrible. No. Consider every single evidence presented by the defense counsel. Consider it. Remain independent from political influence. Nigeria can pay you anything. Nigeria, anything money cannot solve, more money will solve it. That is Nigeria. Under Tinubu, they can pay, they can buy you for your entire life. But follow your conscience. Your reputation matters. We know in Nigeria anything works, but it doesn't happen that way. We know that they have succeeded in penetrating even the US. So penetrating Finland is not something that is going to be, we will say it is impossible, but we are saying that you can equally keep your reputation and make a name for yourself. Remain independent. The judges should remain independent from political influence. Issue decision according to law. Every decision should be issued according to law. Public confidence is strengthened when courts are seen as fair and independent. And that is why we are asking for fairness and independence in the case of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. Human rights and legal processes must be respected. International human rights standards emphasize rights such as the presumption of innocence until proven otherwise where applicable. Legal representation, public hearing where appropriate, equality before the law, access to impartial tribunal. These principles are recognized in many international legal frameworks and are intended to promote fairness. Fairness. That is all we are asking for. I've said it again and again. We are not asking for any special treatment. Fairness is what we are asking for. We, the supporters, we are calling for fairness. And those of us that are supporting Master Simon Ekpa and Joko, there is something we can do. We can make our own contribution. Every one of us supporting Master Simon Ekpa, That is why I appreciate those who went to Finland. They were able to conduct themselves in the midst of all the temptations and challenges. They were able to conduct themselves and remain peaceful. That is one of the things we need to present. Supporters of Mazi Simon Ekpa in this case, anywhere you are in the world, make sure you are remaining peaceful. Make sure you remain peaceful, very peaceful. We must respect the court procedure. The court procedure, like those who are still going to be in the court in the future. Respecting court procedure. We must avoid misinformation. I have said it before, and I'm repeating again. Misinformation. Any information that is not verified, don't share. Do not share. Do not share. We are not running. We are not rushing. Every information, we will get it. But only when it is verified, you can hear it from me. If I don't verify, I don't care. Even if the whole world is speaking about it, I will not talk. Until when I get information from a credible source, then I will speak. Avoid misinformation. We must always rely on verified updates. Like today, second day. If you go to social media, you will see people that are telling you what happened in the court today. Even when it is a lie. You and I know that the court today is a closed door. Tomorrow also will be a closed door. The only people that will get into the court are only the lawyers involved. Even the technical team are not going to be there. So anybody coming today now to tell you, I have an update, look at what happened in the court. Content creators, they create these contents to confuse you, to draw attention, just for them to make money. And some of you follow them and share. Once you get it, you share. You get it, you share. They say share, and you're sharing. But when you see a credible information, you will not share. When you come to a credible platform, you won't even share. But those ones, when they push all those their lies, they share, you are sharing it to go viral. We must rely on verified updates. Verified update. Allow legal processes to conclude before drawing conclusion. As we are following events, we must allow every procedure to conclude. Let them conclude. Then we can speak. We must allow every procedure before we conclude. This is very important. These are the things that we can do. Those of us that are following Master Simon Ekpa, because the world is watching. They are looking at the people that Master Simon represented. They look at our character, our attitude, our response, the way we behave. They are looking at all these things. Responsible civic engagement strengthens public discourse. The role we can play in this case, remaining peaceful. We must remain peaceful, no matter, even when we are provoked. Because they go provoke us, so they will provoke us. Remain peaceful, respecting court procedures, avoiding misinformation, relying on verified update, allow legal process to conclude before drawing conclusion. These are the things that we need to do. The whole world is watching. High-profile legal proceedings often attract international attention because raise broader questions. We must be very careful. We must be very careful. The whole world is watching. They want to see the judicial transparency. They want to see due process. They want to see human rights. They want to see freedom of expression. Public confidence in legal institutions. That is why the whole world is paying attention in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Regardless of one's perspective, these broader issues are relevant beyond any single case. It is not just for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Every other case out there, any international case, people are paying attention. Wherever we are in our various platforms, we must always have responsible discussions. As this case continues, it is important to distinguish verified fact from rumors. You know, the content creator will come with their rumors just to win people over themselves. The content creators, they will come. I can see my brother Uche Onyende there. Thank you so much for joining, my brother Uche Onyende. I appreciate you. Christiana Jerry, thank you for joining, Christiana Jerry. I appreciate you, Christiana Jerry. My brother Uche Onyende, thank you so much. I appreciate you for always here. You're always here with me anytime, any day, morning, evening, and night. Thank you. Please, if you have not shared this video, make sure you share. Share the video. Is an update and a word of encouragement for Biafrans. Share it and let everyone get a copy. It is important. The whole world is watching. They are watching us. They want to watch what we did. They want to see the people that Master got trained and what they're made up of. So, wherever we are, as this case continues, it is important to distinguish verified facts from rumors, official court development from speculation. You'll be hearing so many speculations will come. We're on social media days. Master Simon Ekpa is trending. So they will create different content with him, content creators. They will create and create and create and create and create. But over here, that's not why we're here. We're here to state the fact and the obvious. Legal analysis from political advocacy. We must continue to do what we have to do. We must look through, analyze the legal issue properly. Whatever issue you want to discuss about the case of Master Simon Ekpa, do it carefully, with truth, with facts and figures. This helps ensure informed, respectful public discussion. It is very important. Wherever you are watching this program from. Today's discussion has focused on the second day of the appeal hearing, the importance of the rule of law, the principle of fair trial, and the continued interest shown by many Biafrans. The appeal process is ongoing, the second day. It is a closed door. It is on closed door. No information is coming out, maybe later in the day or tomorrow. Whenever we get a credible information, we will equally share with you. The appeal process is ongoing as we speak. Its outcome should be determined by the court after considering relevant laws and the matters properly before it. Whatever one's personal views, respect for judicial independence and due process remains an important principle in democratic society. So I urge every one of us to continue to pay attention wherever you are. Do not be discouraged. Don't allow anyone to distract you. Don't allow anyone to bully you aside. We must continue to do what we have to do and continue to present our case at every given time. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you're watching from, we are going to try as much as possible today before we go to look at updates. Some of the updates that are coming from the Nigerian media. You know, that is one of the things we do in this platform. Because no matter what you say, no matter how you look at it, we are still in the Zoological Republic. Our land is still under occupation by the zoo. So whatever decision they take in the zoo, whatever information that comes from the zoo still concerns us. That is why most of the time after my program, I go to their media and bring some of the information in their media so that our people will know, because some of us might not have the time to be scrolling through Nigerian media informations and all that. So I try as much as possible whenever I come online to get some update from their media and share. And we have been doing this for all this while that we're here, and we will continue to do so. just to make sure that our people are carried along, just to make sure that nobody is left behind. So we continue to do that. And today we are still going to try and share some information that is coming from the media so that we can know what is actually going on in the Zoological Republic and how we are supposed to stay out of danger and how we are supposed to protect and defend ourselves wherever we are. These are important things that we need to look at. So we cannot just ignore things that are happening and say, oh, it's in Nigeria, it doesn't concern us. It concerns us. Yes, it concerns us. For as long as we are still in the Zoological Republic, whatever they do still have a lot to do with us. And that is why we follow every event that is happening in the zoo. We follow it closely. We don't isolate ourselves. We follow it and watch it. And sometimes when we bring those information, it's also helped to prove us right. Because it's not just come and shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting. People need evidence. So when we go to their media and show the world the kind of atrocity that's happening in Nigeria, then they will understand that when we are asking that we want to be free from Nigeria, it is not just because we want to. It is not just because of our resources. It is not just because we want to make any statement. Because it is needed. It is needful. It is needful. There is no way anyone can avoid it. There's no way to avoid it. When we say that Nigeria is irredeemable, we say it. Some people think we're not just making it up. It is a fact. Anyone that makes a move you want to redeem Nigeria, you are only trying to destroy yourself. Destroy yourself. And at the end of the day, you will see what you have done to yourself. Not just what you have done to yourself, you cannot redeem the zoo. The zoo is irredeemable. It's completely irredeemable. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. We might say it and you get angry. You don't want to hear it. Whether you want to hear it or you don't want to hear it. It is the truth. And you cannot make us to stop saying it. We will continue to say the truth for as long as we are here in this media. So, my fellow Biafrans, let us try to get into that media. The media means let's get to go through the Sahara reporters and get the information from the media and see what we have there so that we can share. It is very important. We cannot just allow things to roll. So let's see what they have. Let's see what they have. Let's see what they have. So this is coming from the let's start from here. This one said, this Mazen Nandekan writes, he said, my life remained in danger. Nandekano petition MDC and alleges DSS harassing doctor who treated him. I talked about it yesterday evening. DSS, they are harassing the doctor that treated Mazen Nandekan. You know, when they plan to poison him and refuse to treat him of all the wounds they make him incur during his time of kidnap. The doctor volunteered himself, an Igbo man who saved him. Today, the DSS is dragging that man right, left, and center every time they are dragging him. So that's what Mazen Nandekan is bringing to the attention of the world. That the man that saved his life, Nigeria is after the man's life. This one is all these are political madness. We are not interested today in any political nonsense. TR movement alleges APC nonsense. Talks. That's what the news is all about. European League accused FIFA of facing terror. Sit down. We are not having. FCT police release COSIM member arrested over Facebook post criticizing church leaders. You can imagine. Just because he made a Facebook post criticized church leaders. So it is not only politicians that are arrested. Because this guy made a post criticized church leaders in the Facebook, that is why they arrested him. You can imagine. FCC police released COSIM member arrested over Facebook post criticizing church leaders. Just because he made a post to criticize church, they arrested him. That's the Finland information. A place where you can't say, you don't have freedom of speech. You cannot say anything. God have mercy. Abdel Said wins Michigan Democratic Senate primaries to face Republican Mike Rogers in November. They are. Football legend Luis Figo called for FIFA President Infantino to resign. He has lied, deceived, debased his office. 176 women, children kidnapped from Kwara Wuro community regain freedom after 6 months. 6 months in captivity, children and women. 176. 176. 6 months in detention. Not just in detention, in the hand of the terrorists. As a country, after they will tell you sovereign country, we are a sovereign nation. Your sovereign nation, your citizens were in captivity for 6 months. In that Nigeria, not outside, 6 months, they couldn't find them. Only after 6 months, they pay ransom and they release them. Because it's ransom, they pay ransom and they release them. So when you see they regain this thing, they just try to regain freedom. You think that they were rescued. They paid ransom and they were released. Court adjourned ruler multi-million naira rights suit against Imo police tiger base to August 11. That tiger base is another devilish dungeon created by Hoku Zodema. Have taken so many lives. That tiger base. People have complained and complained and complained. Up till now, nothing is done. And nothing will be done. Don't think that nothing will be done. Ibadan woman alleged forced ritual. A woman alleges forced ritual. Shaved hair after posting Ululu masquerade video. Only in Nigeria. He posts masquerade video and make the baba. No army DSS police can stop inevitable revolution. So whether you are trying, but unfortunately you are in the wrong country. You are in the wrong country. So it doesn't matter how much you try, they will not change. Ex-DSS boss Daura blame politicians, politicization of security for Nigerian worsening insecurity. All of you are involved. Daura, DSS, you are part of them. You are part of the terrorist sponsors. No army, DSS, police can stop inevitable revolution in Nigeria, says Shore. Kudos, you are trying, but sorry, you are in the wrong country. This one an election. Mad people. I never see anything. Family accuses Navy Hospital, Delta Police of planning secret burial amid pending ECOWAS suit over a Hanahuru remains. That's the kind of thing they do. Madness and everywhere. Kwara Governor Abdulrazak gift luxury vehicle to Islamic leaders amid rising bandit attack. That is it. They don't care. These people don't care about your Kwara. Kwara that is bleeding every day. That their people is still in captivity. You are busy sharing vehicle to a man. They are. EFCC declared 3 wanted over alleged conspiracy, stealing, obtaining money by false pretense. Nonsense. When you have many fraudsters in your House of Assembly, how many of them have you arrested? How many fraudsters have you arrested? You are chasing children and school children and young men and women and whatever. You are chasing them up and down. Mad people. EFCC acting as tool against opposition. Nonsense. All of you are the same. All of you are the same. If you see a way to act as a tool, you also use them. Falana asks Abdul Salam to apologize. Quit National Peace Committee over claim Abacha never looted Nigeria. Absalam say Abacha never looted Nigeria. Of course. What do you want me to say? Apologize to who? Falana. Your own adults will speak grammar every time. Falana ask Abdul Salam Abubakar to apologize. Quit National Peace Committee over claim Abacha never looted Nigeria. You are not grammar you speak now. Abdul Salam Abubakar, nobody in plane, they use the supply terrorists for Bush. Nobody in plane, they accused him allegedly Allegedly, they say his plane is being used. That helicopter they used to supply bandit, they say it belonged to Salam Abaka, allegedly. Now he won't apologize to you. So he say, because he said that Abacha did not loot Nigeria. Story. Nigerian military unmasked dozens of ISWAP commanders, offers 60 million reward for two most wanted. How do you? If you post their picture, are they hiding? Don't you know the address? People where they go give ransom every day. You go to their camp. You know all their camp. You know who they are. You are posting pictures of waiting for what happen ransom. I beg, make una go rest, go and sleep. Go and sleep. The video, you don't enter politics now. Well done. NDC dropped my name after I won primary because I'm Muslim. Nasarawa Rev aspirant alleges. Odiego. EFCC defends freezing Osun government account, size 11 billion fraud probe. That is it now. NSCDC clearing mining marshal commanders. Onoja of misconduct allegation dismisses two operatives for supplying guns to illegal miners. That one now daily work now. You people are enjoying it. Enjoy your illegality. Mad people everywhere. APs warns customer against fraudsters posing as customers support representatives. Appeal court bars EFCC from investigation. Ex-Governor Fayemi orders over Ekiti Airport project. Nigeria government order immediate protection for health workers after EFCC Uyo teaching hospital incident. Mad people everywhere. Nonsense. How Lagos police allegedly kept seriously ill defendant despite court order. Detailed timeline. They have been, this is not the first time. Didn't they keep Mazin Nanikan? Up to today, have they allowed Mazin Nanikan to take treatment? They didn't allow Mazin Nanikan to take treatment. Instead, they are prosecuting the lawyer, the doctor that treated him. They are prosecuting him. Nonsense. Tinubu says rescue of 308 kidnapped victims in Kwara, Niger is Nigeria's largest single-day operation. Nonsense. Nonsense. Idiot. Rescue waiting. Nonsense. Is it the same thing that people came online and say there has not been a rescue? All is paying of ransom. You still have the God to come and make broadcast. Kano police arrest 6 over alleged cell administration of unverified local medicine at Ekwa Church. There are mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere in this local country. Military helicopter carrying Trump flew too close to passenger plane. Investigators launch probe. Yeah. They won't buy Trump now by all means. PFIPC probe. Adeyemi lawyer says police custody prevented him from appearing before Rep. 6 public hearing. They go sweep the case under the cupboard now. I go form fake ministry. Tinubu fake ministry where won't cover. They go buy you just to kill that case. So that is all their election matter. Police welfare group urges Tinubu to reject state police bill. Says National Assembly bypass Nigerians. Nonsense. Police reveal detail of hit and run that killed Inspector Obodu in Enugu. Nigerian Petroleum Regulatory invites stakeholders to review proposed anti-competitive practices regulatory. Exclusive Nigerian National Assembly hides 29.5 billion street line transformers project in Enugu colleges 2026 budget. They are now today we begin see you now. All those who are nonsense doesn't move us anymore. It doesn't move us anymore. We have seen more than enough. We have seen more than enough that we know a country that we know that is filled with liars, bunch of liars. Lawyer accuses EFCC of selecting investigation, question, restriction of Osun government account. You go join APC and they open up. EFCC defends restriction of Osun government account, says it can freeze account for 72 hours without court order. That's so now. Okay, Nigeria, you're not there. Go join APC. Go join your terrorist group. Family of detained alleged coup plotter suspect demand probe into unauthorized withdrawal, missing millions from their bank account. As their husbands day in station, they collect all the money where they account. Governor Bobolo, mock Adeleke dancing at Osun rally, says for 4 years this man has been dancing. You unko. They are mad people. IGPDC removes 6 Mopol commanders attached to Total Energy, over 70,000 monthly extortion of officers. They are EFCC denies freezing all Osun government account, reveal 18 other states under investigation. There are mad people everywhere. This bunch of idiots that all they have is fake informations. Criminality is the order of the day in Nigeria. You can never get a responsible news from the Zoological Republic. Every news that is coming from the zoo is always news of destruction, news of calamity, news of failure. And that is why we go there, to show the world what we mean. When we say Nigeria is irredeemable, we don't just say it because we say it out of hate. It is a reality that the Zoological Republic cannot be redeemed. It doesn't matter how you try. You can never, ever redeem the zoo. So, my fellow Biafrans, we must continue to support our leaders, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the men that have proven themselves. They have shown us what they are made of, and they have given us a message that we will never forget. So wherever you are, continue to give your support to Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko. Continue to give your support to our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have worked for us. They have given everything for us. And it is high time we also do something for them. What do we do for them? To continue to support them in any way that we can. Never give up. Never look back. Continue to stand strong. Continue to stand focused as we continue to wait for the update that is coming from the case of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Stay away from rumors. Stay away from rumors. I can see Carol Wife there. Thank you so much, Carol Wife. Carol Wife, thank you for joining the program. And every other person, whether I mention your name or not, you are highly welcome. Christiana and Jerry, thank you for joining. If I have not mentioned your name, I did not neglect you. You are not overlooked. Every one of us, we are all highly welcome. We are all highly welcome. So wherever you are highly welcome. I thank you all for being part of the program. And we are going to look into one of the messages of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. With that, we are going to be looking through and going through the end of the program, and then try as much as possible to listen closely to the message. These are some of the messages Mazi Simon Ekpa preached. All he was doing is to guide and direct our people. All he was trying to do is to save life. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not a terrorist, has never been, and will never, ever be a terrorist. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you. If you have not yet shared this program, please like and share it to other platforms. Make sure you share as we are going to listen to the messages of Mazi Simon Ekpa and messages coming from our Supreme Mazi Nandekano. As we proceed, these are men who have come and told us what we are supposed to do. We need to be together, work in unity, work in one mind, and make sure that we continue to spread the gospel of Biafra as much as we can. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every single one of us. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to be our guide and protector. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to lead us to the path of security and safety. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama be our guide. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our leader shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Mazi Nanika shall prosper. Thank you for being part of this program. I am going to be back in the evening for more updates. As soon as we get an update on our evening program, we will also share the update. Today, as I told you before, there is a closed door case. The case is done on the closed door. It is not open for everybody. Only the lawyers are allowed inside the court. So you don't expect to see anything today and tomorrow. So whenever there's going to be an open court also, we'll make it. But if there is any information that comes in the evening, I will stay updated with Biafrans. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging around and being with us. We are going to be back in a minute. Stay blessed, and may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of us. Thank you so much. See you again when we come back in the evening. Remember blessed.
At this moment, we use this media to demand unconditional release of the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, who the Finland authorities have held incommunicado for long time. Say they are investigating, and it's been months up to now. No charge has been brought against the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We hereby demand immediate release, unconditional release of the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. The global conspiracy against the Biafrans is unacceptable. We will never accept it. Doesn't matter how you fight to paint it, nobody is watching. And it is sad that the world is silent watching atrocities committed against the Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa is only asking for freedom of people. He's only defending his own people, trying to save the innocent life. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa now.
This is like a push show. You think you will buy the brand? Buy the brand. I mean, they tell you a story about the one that they get. Money they go to work. Money they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go. Opposite booty. But then at the other side, how long to support? I said, people run, I see people run, then I say, and I'm waiting, they happen, and I'm waiting, they happen, and I'm at the money bar. See no day for that, see no day for that. We better you take your eyes. Then I call the driver. Driver waiting, driver waiting. One girl said, shower. This is to body brand. Body brand. I'm in the gully, you show you. I'm about to one lady girl. Body they go to work to. Body they walk for bank. When I enter for motor. Wherever they go. Wherever they go. Opposite good. But then I behind the side. I'm not going to road. I see people run, run. I see people run. Then I say, that I'm waiting, they happen. That I'm waiting, they happen.
Everybody see you.
In Biafra. It's a travesty, and Mr. Simon Ekpa has been in the forefront of standing against this sort of tyranny. And the free speech is something that we cherish, and we should not be handing Mr. Ekpa over to a government in Nigeria who is not debating and that it has all of these things and has instead chosen to have a criminal terrorist element led by the Sultan of Sokoto, who is the real ruler of Nigeria. So I think that Finland, executing somebody's rights and trying to undermine the rule of law. Their national law says that you have the right to self-determination and freedom of speech. So, Mr. Ekpa has been exercising freedom of speech, has been standing against the actions by the government. And I would call on the British government to not send you back to where you will not face any sort of due process of law. And it's not a crime to stand for one's people. Again, they're being.
That massive African asked Simon Ekpa, don't allow Satan to enter you. If you have any other person that massive African told such thing, please come forward. I want you to come forward. Do you have any other person? I am the only living Biafra publicly. Masin African asked in public, the president of the entire world watching the program. Do not allow Satan enter you. Only him and his God knows why he said such to me. So, if you do not at least value me, you value the fact that at least Mazi Nnamdi Kanu somehow have some value. And he sees things you don't see. While some illiterate and some Zamans use such program, only God knows why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said such. So there is something different with the way he addresses all this media rap. I am not hiding my mouth. It is not about bragging. It is not bragging. It is not pride. It is not nothing. But this is a fact. I told Mazin Namdekano, if you are ready to do anything for Biafra publicly, I believe I have been the only one also who have also made a pronouncement in public. I told him, if you are ready to fight for Biafra, if you are ready to do anything as an African to get Biafra, Simon Ekpa, the first person to follow you, no matter what. And that was also in the public. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I don't condemn you based on what you say to me. I told Mazin Namdekano also that if you are looking for 100 men to get Biafra, you have 50 of the men in me. Look for another 49 or look for another 50. I alone, Simon Ekpa, is 50 men. He said it that time, they didn't know me. Today, I can tell you that in the absent, because I wanted to be 50 men when Mazin Namdekano is around. And today, I don't need to ask you, have I, with other autopilot and Omada, performed more than 50 men? I don't need to ask you that because I don't need your validation. What I need you is to follow the truth. Any day I deviate, deal with me. Have I deviated? Biafra people, I want you to take your memory back. When Mazin Namdekano was kidnapped, and the news came that I should broadcast on Radio Biafra, I came to this platform and I said, God should give me the wisdom of 1,000 men to face what is ahead of me. That time, none of you see or saw what is happening today and what has happened. When I was making this prayer here, will any of what has happened today that it will ever happen? The reason why I am making these references today is for everyone watching me now and those who will watch me later to understand that anything I say, it is not by power by myself, but the power of God in me. I don't say things when I have not confirmed it. The time I was here praying and crying, I cried on this platform 2 times, if not more than 3 times. They mocked me. They say, oh, look at the person who wants to lead Biafra. Have I ever said I want to lead Biafra? They say, oh, look at the person. Only God know where they get that kind of mindset of Simon Ekpa coming to lead Biafra, because I never discussed such with anybody. Only God and them know where they got such thing, in their mind. I don't know. They say Simon Ekpa say, hand me over Radio Biafra. I never said such thing. It It was the first time I responded to them. Only God will know where they get such thing from. But I came here, I cried. They say I want to hijack Biafra. Only God know where they get such thing from. Because it is beyond human comprehension that somebody who is nobody, who is Mapoda, will come to hijack Biafra. A whole Biafra of 80 million people, brainy people, that somebody who is nobody will come to hijack that kind of people. I don't understand. So I cried on this program. I said, God, give me 1,000 men wisdom. And you know what? God answered that prayer in abundance. So every problem that have come, God already positioned and put something out to handle it. In fact, I don't think that I've used up to 100 or 50 of those wisdoms, because the problem that is coming is very, all of them look very small. So as it stands now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out. I have not even used 50 of the wisdom of 1,000 wisdom God gave me. Because, I am telling you, I have not used it. In fact, some of the problems solve itself without me even addressing it. So today, I have come to correct some certain things. Because Biafran government in exile, as we continue to build bridges and form alliances and put things in the right perspective for Biafra to come this year, we announced the activation of Biafran government in exile. Boom! One betrayer in America called Felix Onyeisi. A man called Felix Onyeisi. Felix Onyeisi was sacked by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Completely sacked. The reason he was sacked was because he started mingling with the security men on ground, sabotaging them. Against the order of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he mingled with ESA and different, all manner of disobedience, insubordination, and all that. Felix Onyeisi, with his evil agenda, was expelled by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Radio Biafra. The reason why I'm making this particular explanation is so that when our job is very simple, we will not fail you. But sometimes you need to reassure us as well that you will not fail us. Very, very important. We will not go forward and then go backwards and say, oh, get here, and that's the way to do it. That day, you know, we talk about it. That's the only way to get to go and take our freedom. The template has been there since the dawn of humanity on earth. When Frederick Luger came, he did not ask anybody for permission. He didn't ask permission before the company here. Was there any comfort? No. There is nothing anybody can do. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm wherever I may be. Biafra, if I'm dead, it's a little better because we come far more quicker. You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa. He's doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, absolutely fantastic job. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important. All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from here, depending on where you are watching from. This is the 5th day, and we are entered 6th from this side. I'm not going to waste time. I've been very, very busy, and but as I always promise Biafrans, whenever I promise to do something, I will always come to do it, even if it is late. So this particular one is very late, and I'm going to make sure that this broadcast is as very quick as possible, very, very short program, and probably between 35 to 40 minutes, as the case may be, or even less than that. Just that I don't want to keep Biafrans, waiting and confused. And where is Simon Ekpa now? So I decided to come. That I promised to finish what I started yesterday. I'm going to expose how China Samoru, the criminal in Kuwait, cooked up the story of Onyendu have been poisoned at the DSS dungeon. So I want you to listen. We're going straight to the point without wasting any time.
There are specific things he don't eat, and he told us that he was here. But stomach ulcer is a serious health issue. Yeah. So that of course, if there is missed medicine, if they come and prescribe medicine for him for 14 days, they don't do like for 8 days. 10 days, they won't bring it again. And sometimes you feel like it's that stomach ulcer. You feel open his mouth, you get the smell of mouth, the stomach from his mouth. And during the time of his vacation, they hit him on the ear, that is his sound. And he seriously needed medical attention. When he said that we know what to do, and what we did is the right thing the way we did it. It's not the first time we are. No matter how simple the sickness is, we must take it seriously.
Listen to the people who could not, who sold Onyendu out in Kenya, claiming that to show concern is to see propaganda that Onyendu has been poisoned. How will the people who is hunting Onyendu take anything they are doing serious because they are working with them? You wake up one day and then you begin to shout, Onyendu has been true. What are you trying to achieve? Then the people holding Onyendu will know that all of you who have sold Onyendu are just as useless as anything. There is no credibility in your statement. There is no integrity. There is no credibility in whatever you shout on social media. And you expect that when you say Onyendu has been poisoned, international community will listen to criminals who have nothing to substantiate the claim. Just come to social media. You start writing, Onyendu has been poisoned. When behind the door, they themselves know that nothing like that happened. It is a sabotage against Onyendu. We know how to fight Nigerian government, and we are fighting Nigerian government in the right way. Not coming, you can't do anything. You see, you are underground. The next thing you do is to come to social media, come to Radio Biafra, and start shouting. Onyendu has been poisoned. We know about the poison. If they are planning to poison Onyendu, we are aware of that. They can do it. But this man came to post on social media that Onyendu has been poisoned. And they are aware. You know how they do claim they are. I am branch. This one. Claim that Onyendu has been poisoned. I countered it. Many people countered it. Onyendu siblings countered it. Onyendu is sick. Everybody knows Onyendu is sick. And we're hammering on it. But why would you come to public and you hold Onyendu? You are shouting, Onyendu has been poisoned though. We are aware. They had a meeting. I want Biafrans to listen to the confession how this man arrived at Onyendu has been poisoned. He said, if they prescribe the 14 days medication to Onyendu, and in that 14 days, they gave Onyendu the medication for 8 days and leave the rest to him. He is listen to how this man arrived at the poison that is all over social media, creating, confusion here and there. He said the reason why he came out to say we don't have people, as if somebody told him, or as if there is any intel, because if they prescribe Onyendu medication for 14 days, they will give him medication for 8 days and leave the rest. Not that they give Onyendu medication of 14 days in 8 days. That is two different. The different thing is that giving somebody overdose medication, or giving somebody a medication of 14 days in 4 days. But he said that they give that medication 8 days and stop, and to him is a poison. And then he came out and started shouting as if there is concrete evidence somewhere. It's just a propaganda, because they want to start sharing it in the public so that they will plan their evil against the Oyendu. They want to see the public reaction, they want to see the public opinion, and they will begin to poison Oyendu. And that's why we countered it immediately so that it will not sell. And of course, they know it did not sell. They know it was dead on arrival. So if you are watching from Twitter, we ask you to join us on Enter Biafra. This is going to be very, very short. The Enter Biafra will continue to encourage viewers to watch from Enter Biafra, because this is our own platform, and we have spent a lot of time and all that in this platform. I have not just I have become your last customer. I've said it from the beginning till now. I will be your end until Biafra comes. When you're really dead, I don't see you dead. So I want you to pay attention to how he confessed, how he come about and cooked up the story of Onyendu. So what I'm trying to do is to just tell you that everything these people were doing are all lies, made up story. Everything is made up story. Nothing was fact, nothing was truth, nothing was even close to factual things. Everything is cooked up story. So listen to him.
What to do, and what we did is the right thing, the way we did it. It's not the first time we are. No matter how simple the sickness is, we must take it serious.
Akoko, you are taking sickness serious. While you were there, Onyendu was kidnapped, you didn't know about it, according to you. You're not taking it serious. You are taking sickness serious.
And so when we delivered the message that the same night, we brought the message. The brother who was better, we asked him, I said, but he went with his brother. He said, this is what he called me. He said, he talked to us. He told when I'm visiting him, because you don't visit him with the brother. If you go in talk, you come out. I said that the brother didn't mention anything like this. He said that this is what he said I should inform you people. This is a message he gave to me, that we know what to do. So what we did is to make sure we keep because it's your holiday go. So, and it's a matter of health. We know the kind of message that Onyendu can give also. We know. So that's how we came up with that issue.
I hear that. That's how we came up.
More the younger brothers start to complain. These things people are talking, he was with Onyendu. If you're doing it, why you didn't notice? Even in job, they didn't make us say, he didn't make us say the way he saw Onyendu, that he shed tears. He haven't seen Onyendu in this, and the word when he told him, I doubt if I will survive this, the way the situation is. So we took it very, very serious. It's a serious issue. Then the brother started threatening.
Are you hearing me?
He go to counter it. That is propaganda. He said poison. Those in the medicine line, if you give somebody medicine that's supposed to be for 1 month, it's poison.
Are you hearing it? If you are giving somebody poison that is supposed to be for 1 month and you stop, it's poison now. That's how this criminal in Kuwait arrived at Onyendu was poisoned at the DSS dungeon. They are wishing it, they are planning it, and it is good that Onyendu brother countered it. Onyendu is sick, we know. But we must not give these criminals any room at all to sell any propaganda on the health of Onyendu. It is dangerous. And I thank the brother of Onyendu who, fought them. No matter what, you must not allow anybody to use propaganda on the health of Onyendu, because once they build that narrative, they will execute it. I'm telling you the fact. Once you build the narrative of Onyendu being poisoned, you accept it, that it is true. They work on it because they have seen that nobody reacted. But the way we counter them, fought them, today they confess here how they arrived at that particular narrative of Onyendu being poisoned, which is very ridiculous. Very, very ridiculous. How can not giving people someone a medication amount to poison? But that's what they arrive at. For that reason, listening to it too, I did not say it.
They're supposed to be for one month. It's poison. Even not overdose, it's poison.
You see, the other idiot there was saying, if it's overdose now, he was correcting the person that it was not overdose. Now listen to how he explained it. When somebody was saying, because if it is overdose, it was understandable that why would you be giving Onyendu overdose medicine? But even at that, somebody was trying to say, if it's like that, it is overdose now. He was telling the person it is not overdose. Now listen to the story.
Anything that is not the right word, even that's supposed to be for one month. It's poison. Even not overdose, it's poison. Anything that is not the right word we have to use is poison.
The right word we have to use is poison. So I do not know that there is a word to use, and the word should be poison. I don't understand. The right word for them to use is poison. Are you hearing it? Now listen. It's not like they know that Onyendu have been poisoned. It's not like there is no any evidence or any intel any way. But it's not justifying it. That the right word to use. And he's explaining this thing because of the attack he received. The resistance he received because of that particular announcement. Both from us and from Onyendu brother.
It's like in Kuwait here. If you go away, even if you and your sponsor is here, you can make case run away. Whether you do anything in the law that is what. If you don't want to, that is not the way. It's just run away.
Are you hearing an explanation of poison? That in Kuwait, if your sponsor come and write your thing and you run away, it's a run away. So I don't know what has nothing to do with poison. But that is the explanation of a decompo, of somebody who don't go to a four-wall of his school. And is fighting for Biafra.
You are talking with him, you are not talking at son. So we use the word poison.
You see? So for that reason, we use the word poison. But when you hear them talking this thing on Radio Biafra or social media, you think they have something. Did you see how he justified it? So for that reason, we use the word poison. But when you see them on social media, you thought that they have one intel somewhere and they have some mirror where they are videoing Onyendu where he is and watching poison. It was only to create the avenue for them to poison Onyendu, which we resisted.
It seemed like the brother they started up. He said he was with Onyendu. You didn't see anything wrong. We started that fight.
You see?
It was on a Thursday.
They started that fight.
And we told him, okay, Monica told him Friday. Thursday. Yeah, Friday. It was Thursday, Friday, the message. Yes, the message came. So we told him, why not wait till Monday? When you go back to visit him, you now ask him again. Tell him, this is what these people say. You didn't tell me anything. He refused. You said they are going to debunk it now. Then you know this. And even Emeka went and also said something about, you understand, he's dying in Emeka wrote something, yes. They force him to pull it down. Then Emeka later on, I tell you, Emeka, in fact, we go to the Twitter and say that the guy was, that we forced Emeka to write such a thing. Let's go back to Emeka, say, so Emeka go back again and wrote that he goes up on the apology.
Are you hearing how they are manipulating the legal team? They're pushing Emeka to go and republish it again. This one pushing Emeka to go. That's how they push the criminals, the college of. They push this one. They are not fighting for him. Never. It is who controls which and who controls which one. It is power. Who should control Joffon to go and write this one? Who should control it? That's what they are fighting for. They don't care about Onyendu. They don't care about Biafra struggle. I believe that from what you heard on this exposition for the past 2 days, vindicate to me what I'm saying. They don't care about the struggle. They don't care about Biafra. They don't care about Onyendu. All they care is about their position to continue their criminality in IPOB that will have exposed them and expel them from the movement. That's all. You see how they are manipulating the lawyer. They say, lawyer, you must go back and post something. If you don't do it, he will not get money. The other one will say, go and we are debunking it. Oyendu's brother said, we are going to debunk it. And the person that posted it should go back and write something. And after writing, they call the Emeka Jofo. So, and then also threaten him to go and then write it in again. Dragging for this power. While Oyendu is languishing in DSS dungeon.
The younger brother started to call Benjamin. Then these things you plan, okay, he was between it. If you're the brother who was better, I went asked him, I said, but he went with his brother. He said, this is what he called me for to do. And what we did is the right thing, the way we did it. It's not the first time we are, no matter how simple the sickness is, we must take it serious. And so when we delivered the message that the same night, we wrote the message. The brother who was better, I went asked him, I said, but he went with his brother. He said,
thank you very much, Peter Obaji. Peter Obaji said, Chirasamoru is confessing here that indirectly that confessing and confirming that he was also sponsored to Kuwait. But I have told the story. I have told the story of how he was sponsored to Kuwait. Did you not hear me? I told the story of how it was one man sponsored him, a man from Ghana or somewhere, sponsored him to Kuwait. Now, because of this this comment from Peter Obaji of being sponsored to Kuwait, I want to play this. One moment. Very, very important. This comment, brought something that I need to play this. I just played that video a few days ago where Enenche was preaching and all that. Is it Enenche or somebody? How many of you remember when the video I played 2 days ago, right? Because that particular video, I can't see it here now, because I didn't prepare to play that video here today. But that actually, confirmed the comment of Peter Obaji, which confirmed that, because in that particular video, it says that people were sent out of Nigeria, from the southern part of Nigeria, and to the Arab world to train them, And so the question is, which of these criminal to be trained, for their Islamic agenda? That's the question that everybody should be asking, just like Asarido Kubo. So which one You know, you never can tell. But that video, which I played a few days ago, where they were talking about banning of churches in Nigeria, you know, banning of churches in Nigeria. I played that video, come with it anyway, but this is the fact. So the comment is correct. You know, saying this, you know, when you go, if your sponsor, so definitely was sponsored to Kuwait, and so on agreement of Islamic State or something, who knows? That's what they do, and they will hide under Biafra and they destroy everything that is coming. So, but they have made their end, and they are not going to, you know, win. So I have been able to prove to you that everything they come publicly to do, that is all lies. Everything is lies. They make it up themselves. They just come without thinking about the consequences of what they do. They come and start saying something they are not sure of. That's exactly it. And you see now, you have listened to him, how they arrived at Onyendu has been poisoned. That was nothing like poison, and we can never allow such propaganda on the health of Onyendu. Onyendu is sick, we raise alarm on the sickness. But we can never raise alarm on propaganda on the health of Onyendu. It is dangerous because these people are evil. They can stop at nothing to hurt Onyendu. They have succeeded in making Onyendu to go to DSS dungeon till today. They are doing nothing other than sending money to the criminal Ejiofor, who was part and parcel of the kidnap. If you talk, they say, "Oh, do you have lawyer?" I don't know. You have a lawyer, and the Onyendu was discharged, and the Onyendu is still there, and you continue to brag you have a lawyer. The lawyer that will go to tell Malami, don't release Onyendu, nothing will happen. I know all of them. Is that the lawyer?
This is what he called me, saying he talked to us. He told me when I'm visiting him, because you don't visit him with the brother. You know, if you go in talk, you come out. I said that the brother didn't mention anything like this. He said that this is what he said I should inform you people. This is a message he gave to me, that you know what to do. So what we did is to make sure we keep because in Jofo didn't go. So, and it's a matter of health. We know the kind of message Onyendu can give also. We know. So that's how we came up with that issue.
You say that's how they came up with that issue, which is the poison.
I think the morning or the younger brother start to call Benjamin. If you're doing, why didn't you even a job? You didn't make a second. What is that? You didn't make a second.
So I've been able to play the video where they have exposed themselves, how they come up with that, you know, the narrative of poisoning of Onyendu. So, and somebody reminded me yesterday about it. So I'm going to stop here. I said I'm not going to make this program more than 45 minutes, but I'm going to take calls. You know, I'm going to take calls, few calls. You know, how do you feel coming to now understand how these people operate? Criminalities, propaganda. They will just come and bring something to the public and start saying it as if there is something, they have any evidence about it. No. The line is on. Those of you watching from Enter Biafra, hit the call button and let us hear your opinion on the confession, how they arrived at poisoning of Onyendu in the DSS dungeon that never existed. Call us. Before going into today's broadcast and announcement, I want to share some stories with my fellow Biafrans. If at this point you still see Simon Ekpa as your enemy, you are spiritually blind. If at this point you still go to some native doctor, you still go to some oracle to hurt Simon Ekpa, for no reason, you are line. If at this point, all you do is to plan how to vote Simon Ekpa or Biafra, or how to sabotage the Biafra freedom, which is coming next year. Honestly, I'm sorry for you. I want to share this very brief story with Biafrans. Somebody who I have done nothing, somebody whom I didn't know, I've never spoken with him. Simon Ekpa has been his problem from the day Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. He doesn't want to hear my name. Each time he opens his mouth, all he is doing is to blackmail and want Simon Ekpa dead at all costs. It happens that this particular man went to some oracle in Oka. He went to Oka to do juju to kill himself. Not me. After doing the juju, he even used a gun to kill himself, not me. After the juju, the chief priest asked him to use the gun and shoot the person they claim is Simon Ekpa. He used the gun and shoot himself, not Simon Ekpa. After that, he came out and bragged that Simon Ekpa will not last more than November. That Simon Ekpa is going to die before November ends. Last week, he slumped and died. Simon Ekpa is still sitting here working for Biafra. If you know this man that died after going to Oka to kill himself in the name of fighting Simon Ekpa, some of you know him. Some of you watching me today. Some of you that refuse to repent. If you know this man and you know that he has actually died fighting against Simon Ekpa, looking for how to kill Simon Ekpa, and that have not taught you a lesson, you will be the next. You are going to be the next. Repent. Repent. If you don't want to fight Biafra again, repent and remain silent. You can't stop this movement. You can't stop this movement. You can't stop this movement. And to those people that will collect money, I don't want to advise the chief priest of different oracles. If they come to you, collect their money, do all the juju that they asked you to do. If what they ask you to do, if my hand is clean, continue to do the juju, let the juju work against them. But if my hand is not clean, according to what I have come to do, let everything you are going to do work against me. Let it work against me. But if all those things, you see, I told you people that before December ending, all of you that have gone to one place or the other trying to hunt Simon Ekpa, you will have a story to tell. If you do not tell that story, some people will tell that story by themselves. Because some of you will not be around to tell the story before the end of this December. So, I am here to remind you again to leave me alone. Let me fight this fight with God and the multitude of over 70 million Biafrans that are supporting what we are doing for their own freedom. You can't fight God. You can't fight the truth and win. I also heard that some of them are bragging, still bragging, that they are going to follow Simon Ekpa with Juju until they go down, not me. So if you know this man that you know what he did in Oka, I wouldn't mention the shrine, I wouldn't mention the oracle, so that it will not bring bad markets to them. I will not mention the oracle where he went to do this thing. After doing it, now he is dead. What did he gain? He gained himself. Because that God he shoot at something he says, Simon Ekpa in the shrine, and turn around to be himself. Nobody can stop this movement for the freedom of Biafra people. We have seen deaths of our children during the war. After the war, Nigeria continued to kill us. Today, we have lost many people in a harmful, and nobody is talking. the topic. I don't know whether they have finished discussing yesterday. Have they finished discussing yesterday? Because I see a lot of them running mad on social media. Simon Ekpa, nobody. Simon Ekpa is this. Simon Ekpa not this. Simon Ekpa did that. I am telling you now, Tina Samoru, for the last time, if anything happened to any member of our Ghana men, I don't need to tell you what will happen. Because I am addressing you officially for the very first time. This is not the first time you threaten our Ghana men and they got killed after that. Today, we know how you are positioning the people that are criminals, just like the criminal in Finland, positioning the coordinators and all that to fight, and you are blocking everybody from, like for example now, they have blocked everybody that they should not post my videos. So how could the people who are blindly following criminals in IPOB will listen to this broadcast now and connect something and be shouting? How can they go? How can they now watch my video to liberate themselves? But one day, they will get tired of being segregated. Segregation. I want you to listen.
I may better my life. Next day, I have everywhere. And when I'm about to even tell you to project to the limit, you don't tell me nonsense. What are you going to do manufacturing? How can you ever do to manufacturing? Engineer, why would I win? And I'm not going to.
You see, Tina Samoru is telling and threatening our gallant men that you will feel now we are asking Tina Samoru, who are these people? Apart from the ESN. Now you are getting the point. Tina Samoru is threatening his own people who put their life on the line. Say, can we know Tina Samoru? Who are these people? You can now be the judge. Some people already committed a bubag. Some people already committed a bubag. Some people are saying DSS. Of course. Do you need a judge? That is why I have said that any day he threatens somebody in the ESN, they have always get killed by the DSS. So now Tina Samoru is threatening our gallant men. You know that Japan also soon make direct threat. And you remember the threat. If you did not withdraw this thing you say, you will regret it. That is how this guy have destroyed IPOB. Of course, he can't destroy it. Because everything happening now is divine. Everything happening now. You know, they are not happy. Only God knows what has possessed them. Only God knows. When you hear them, they say, oh, thank God, oh, they did not give Simon Ekpa Radio Biafra. Is this how he has you? Who knows what would have happened? Who knows whether if we have been talking on Radio Biafra and if they have followed the directive of what they do, the family will be intact, and who knows what would have happened, because we were moving mountain. We were ready to move mountain. But because of already premeditated sellout of our leader, the prayer of our leader, they have planned everything, waiting for our leader to give directive to Simon Ekpa, so that I war another, thinking that it is me. Today you have seen where it is leading them. Today you see where somebody say no government. Some people are mentioning no government. No government cannot stand our name. No government cannot stand our men. Our men are gallant. So you see, I want you to listen to it.
Stop about that nonsense. I give it up on already. Did
you hear that? He said that can he be better already because of this ESA. Tina Samoru is telling them that they have now that Biafra have bad men because of this ESA. Are you hearing it? Oh my God. Did you just hear what he said? He said that because of ESA, they have bad men. direct sabotage. They say that Mazina Mikano structure gave the bad name. I want you to listen to it. I didn't say it. Listen. Stop over that nonsense. Let so that they will not say I interpreted it. Stop over that nonsense. Did you hear that? Because of this ESA, they are fighting the structure of Western Africa. Now you see why the council sit at home. Is a part of the legacy. Now you see why they have come to change the Remembrance Day, the Heroes Day. Now you see why they either have been shouting. These people are fighting the structure. These people are fighting the legacy of Western Africa. The era to the military who can reason. Oh, we are fighting for this IBOB. We are fighting for IBOB. We want to protect our structure. We want to protect this structure. We want to protect it. We want to protect it. The only person that will do something in IBOB is President African. Look at him, he's absent everywhere. Everywhere with these criminals call themselves the DOS. The only thing they're after is money. Nanyanya is in charge. Nanyanya is in charge. Money is going to Nanyanya. Everybody is in Nanyanya. And why our leader is languishing in the SS Coast? Every day they come to Radio Biafra, they have. If you like, keep putting only a revolution can solve this very problem, because under a revolution, the powers that be, those that are making your life a misery, will be overthrown. Nobody will say it's anymore. It is called popular uprising. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody deceive you. And that is why today some soldiers are listening and they are resigning from the army. How can you be a soldier in the Nigerian army and your village is being occupied by Fulani herdsmen? Imagine those from Oyo or Ondo serving in the Nigerian army. These are Yoruba brothers who are serving in the Nigerian army. You are from Yoruba, you are serving in the Nigerian army, doing one Nigeria. But your village is being occupied by a Fulani. The same people you are serving, or you claim you are serving, your village is under occupation by them. And to make matters worse, those who are serving under their flag, one Nigeria and the Arabic inscription, or should I say the motto of Ottoman Dafodi, to tell you how foolish Nigerians are. You don't know that the Nigerian emblem, the army emblem of Nigeria, is the motto of Ottoman Dafodi that he used to conquer Hausa people. You don't know that it is there. That's what they're using. You're fighting under the banner of your conquerors. Maybe in some forest. And now they are sending their advanced strike force into your village. And you're doing one Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian soldier. I'm a Nigerian army. That is why I commend the 107 soldiers that have resigned so far from the army. If you don't do these things I'm asking you to do, you will. When the time comes, as I'm telling them now, remember 2015, remember 2014, remember 2013, I told you all these things. I told you what was going to happen, and now they have all happened before your eyes. You said it. I'm warning you now. If you're serving in the Nigerian army, and you think you're loyal to Buratai, you think I'm serving my Nigeria is not a fatherland or motherland to anybody. Nigeria is not a motherland or fatherland to anybody. Nigeria is purely a British creation. A British creation. Because if Nigeria was to be a nation or country, there is no way those that call themselves the presidency Asoro can come out to support illegality in Ondo State. Because they know they are doing it for them. Why do you think they want to avenge and revenge for Ahmadu Bello? Why? They knew that Ahmadu Bello and his people, so to speak, they are fighting for them. They understood that. At the time, the Hausa people thought that the family was fighting for them, but today is very clear. I asked a simple question when I began. Are you hearing Hausa Fulani anymore? No, it's only Fulani, because they have taken over the entire Congo. That is one thing you need to understand. People must begin to appreciate this. If you are in the Nigerian army and you're serving the Nigerian army, you are only paving the way for the conquest of your village the rape of your daughters and the abduction of your mothers. I'm telling you this. You're in the Nigerian army, yes. But what the Fulanis have got in store for you is to overwhelm and to conquer you. I feel sorry for those of you who are so foolish that they cannot reason very well. There are people who are, what I call, I won't use too much grammar because a lot of people are watching, the mothers are watching, the mothers are watching the villages. People who out of cowardice and self-hate think that Nigeria somehow can be won. But all of you know that Nigeria is an Islamic country. I'm sure you're aware of that. All of you also understand the intentions of the Fulani. Oh, if you want the presidency, you have to work for it. Tinubu, you must work for it. How is Tinubu working for it? You must condemn anybody who comes out to speak against our people in your forest. That's what they are doing. Some of you don't understand it, but we do. Some of you do not understand what's happening, but we do. And that is why we are here to tell you. The real terrorists have to lock down, and now president is telling you, cannot put them. They think that if you're killing people, it will not put them. No, it's not put them. The whole thing is that every Fulani man is in on this. Their foot soldiers are Brigade Yala. Have you all forgotten that they gave Brigade Yala 100 billion? Have you all forgotten? No, typical Nigerian leader. Have you all forgotten? So you've forgotten that this so-called presidency, Kalabashev, gave Brigade Yala 100 billion to come down to the south to give peanuts to useless owners and traditional rulers so that our forests can be taken. Have you all forgotten? Oh, you have, of course. You forgot. Did they give 100 billion to any other organization? Did that Sorok give 100 billion to any other group? Why would the government give 100 billion to a bunch of terrorists and openly claim that they are stakeholders in the government? That is why government can come out openly without shame to support terrorists in the urban forest. Let them come to our land and let me see. I know the game they are playing. There was this stupid video that is in circulation. You know that they can't attack PSN. They can't. They have no moral ground. But I'm sure they gave money to some idiots and gave them guns to say they are Biafran army. I don't know if they're up to 6 or 7 of them, which is a lie. It's a DSS creation. So they can have justification to say to Biden or the US ambassador, can you see they now have Biafran army? We can now move in to attack them. Anybody, if you are involved in that, take a walk. You want to give Fulani Janja with the reason to invade our land. That's what you're doing. But we shall get to that later. Anybody involved in the circulation of that video is a con. I'm telling you the truth. And those that made it. That's how people behave because they don't understand the game plan of the Fulani. People are very foolish. Fulani will come to you and want to use you and you succumb because you have greed, envy, and jealousy inside you. Which one again is Biafran army? I'm asking you. From where? How many people? The day I will bring out the Biafran army, we number over 200,000 standing. Reserve is over a million. Some bunch of idiots somewhere because you are serving your Fulani Janja with masters. We'll get hold of all of you. Take a good walk. We know the bad guys don't see them. We warned people against voting for Buhari in 2015 when he was still alive. He said Buhari died in 2017. People, all of you know that Buhari is dead. Today he's young, tomorrow he's old. You see his hand is fresh today, tomorrow. Nobody knows who is anymore. All of you are there, but because it's the turn of your village. Your brother is a senator. Your sister is the House of Reps member. You don't want to lose that money that is coming in every day. You come out on social media and you talk about it all the time. Because you're a black person. You don't understand. There is something called economies of scale. Some of you cannot reason very well. You claim you went to school. Sometimes I wonder the type of technology you have in your business that you went to. I wonder, honestly. Because you and your family, you're benefiting. Somehow you think that life is okay for you. Because of the level, or should I say the poverty of ideas inside you. Any day your relative goes into the farm, the farmers will kill them. All you can do is to lament. Say things are bad, and you go and you sleep, and nothing gets done about it. I am very, very grateful to Almighty Elohim that the courage today that you have in Yoruba land because of DSM, the courage of Amotoku to say no to Fulani is because of DSM. Because of Eastern Security Network. That is why they found the courage to say no to Fulani. This is not the rocket. After all these years, without the coming, all this time, without the coming of DSM, as I want to say, they're going to flush out some Fulani, the headsman from our bushes. It's because they saw us, they have seen us doing it. They said, oh, we might as well do the same as well. In order to destroy the peace movement, to cut us off, they got some people, I don't know whether maybe in Olu or whatever, got them together, get them by saying, we are Biafran army, idiots. They are shipping come, Biafran army. Besides somewhere. Did we tell you that we have formed the Biafran army? We said when we form it, the world will know that we have come. I don't mind anything. If you claim you are behind any useless group calling themselves Biafran army, show your face, don't show my face on video. I claim ownership of ESM, not ownership of course. I can claim responsibility for ESM. Can you claim something for Biafran army? If you claim to respond to it, that is all the handiwork of DSS. Kata automatically kapun or the Arab. Mad people of every idiot Africans and lack of discipline. You don't have discipline. You don't have discipline. That was why the white man came and conquered you because you lack discipline. After the white man must have finished with you, Fulani came from Senegal because you have no brain. Lack of discipline. Every idiot thinks they can lead. They don't know what leadership entails. Every month it thinks, oh, maybe you have it. Nobody is funding IPOB ESN. It's only IPOB that's funding it worldwide. If you think you can bring two or three people together with a few rifles, and because of that, you can start calling for funds, you are wasting your time. You don't know about people. They won't give you a dime. Fulani is making use of your brain, you cannot see it. They come to you, oh, why don't you fight Yoruba? Oh, Yoruba is against Igbo. Igbo is against Yoruba. Fight each other. There's something they did in the constitution of Biafra. They told Ogonima, you're not Igbo. He said, okay, I'm not. Israel, you're not Igbo. No, I'm not. Oh, you're not Igbo. Some of them, of course, most of them are Igbo. They agree. No, I'm not. And I want to ask you people something today. Some of you don't understand even of what is called divide and rule. You know, you read the tell divide and rule, the divided by state. You don't want to put your brain behind it. Understand what it means. You have no idea. When they ganged up with Sarawiwa to say Igbo man is our problem, today all that oil spilled in your land, have they cleaned it up? I'm asking you a question. Have they cleaned the oil in your land? Igbo man is your problem, yes? Have they cleaned the oil spilled in your land? You are begging them to clean the mess that they made. How many of you own oil wells from the land? Igbo man is your problem. They want to conquer, they want to use Biafra to deceive us, to take our land, to dominate us. All of you crying about Niger Delta marginalization. All these years that you have nothing to do with an Igbo man. Have you survived? Have you survived? I'm asking you. Have you survived? Now, let me tell them something today they don't know. The free world, they have a defense, should I say, organization called NATO. Who are the leaders of NATO? The North Atlantic Treaty Organization that every civilized nation belongs to. Who are the leaders of NATO? The United States of America. Somebody must lead. It cannot be everybody. One person or a group of they must lead. They must lead because they have what it takes. God made it so in the East that we are all related anyway, as one people, tied, and that's why you have Igbo, indigenous Igbo people in Bayelsa, indigenous Igbos in Rivers, indigenous in Delta, majority Igbo people, everywhere, all the way to Igbo, in Edo State, in Idula. God made it so for a reason. The first revolution in Nigeria was led by Igbo man, Zobo. That is where God made us. I can't apologize for it. Because if we leave you to do it, you cannot do it. In a billion years, you cannot do it. You cannot do it. Because you don't have what it takes to confront the danger. We do, you don't. With all due respect. Is Ogoland clean? Do they have clean water? Do they have good schools? The same thing for a job. Do you have good roads and good schools? Good health care? No. They will put somebody in office for 4 years or 8 years. He will build one complete sector and say the dividends of democracy. As okay, see, whereas he's planning to relocate his children to Australia. Every day you wake up in the same rubbish. Every day you wake up. Every day you wake up to the same garbage, day after day after day after day. And what is your response? The same thing over and over and over again. You go back and say, oh, I'm from Ishepili. We are not part of what they're doing. And you accept. And look at your life and how miserable it is. You lament, you lament, you lament, but you don't have what it takes to make the much needed change. They say that all the government of Ondo State and others must draw a boundary. Who are the bandits and who are the lawmen? How can we know? As I'm going to my father, all the lizards, all the lizards, their stomach is almost on the floor. So we don't know which one has belly ache. How do we know? How can you differentiate between a good headsman and a violent terrorist? How can you know? How can you know, Master? The ATM is there with controlling all your lives. Look at how they installed, after installing Hoopus and the man, they installed the idiot what the George Obioso. George Obioso was the man that took Hoopus and the man to the north to go and introduce him as a politician. The same also the man that George Obioso, he's an intellectual, as they give you the fools. Once they give you a degree, they say you're an intellectual. George Obioso, before you took Hoopus and the man to the north, did you know that Hoopus and the man was doing 419 in Lagos? It was the first time doing Yahoo in Lagos. Who doesn't know in Lagos State that Hoopus and the man was the first time in Lagos? These are the type of leaders that they impose idiots. And they are there, they have Apex organization, Apex. These are errand boys for the country. That's why BBC is promoting. That is why they are all promoting. That is what they have always done. Black people are like that. As I told you before, when the British came to stop the eastern advance of the French colonial forces in Benin Republic, in Badagry, basically in Badagry. You know what Britain did? They didn't go to England to go and bring soldiers. They went to Ghana. They recruited the Ghanaians, black niggers from Ghana, to come and help them to conquer their fellow niggers in Nigeria. They didn't have to go travel very far. That is why I keep saying that the brain of a black man is his greatest impediment. You see, inside his brain, everything a black man is suffering from is here. Inability to reason. Inability to reason. It is the truth I must tell you. Some may not like it, but of course I will tell you. You cannot, the presidency is telling you cannot unilaterally push out herdsmen. What are they doing in the bushes? In the forest? And they said this, you feed their cattle. Before the white man came, where were you feeding your cattle? Where? What was your cattle eating there? They said it's climate change. Of course, it's a lie. You came from very barren, arid Sahel. No rain in Sahel for centuries. It is that you were able to keep your cattle, you drink the blood and you drink the milk. That's how you survive. Now, what are you doing in Ondo Forest? Our people cannot see because they are blind. People cannot see because they are blind. But we are here to open your eyes. We are here to open your eyes. The time now is exactly 4 minutes past 9. Sorry, we are 4 minutes. What am I think that is UK time. It is 4 minutes past 10. I'm looking at the UK clock. It's 4 minutes past 10 a.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. We are under the bondage of the zoo because a few idiots want to be president of Nigeria. Because after that, what happened? All of them killing themselves over Jonathan presidency from the so-called Nigerian or Yoruba that was dying because of Obasanjo presidency. Where are they? They are still the ones crying that things are not okay. So you think as as an Igbo man, if you're there for 8 years, somehow, miraculously, change everything, heroes sit right and they killed him. Use your brain. It was meant to be Alex Ekweme after Shagari. Buhari overthrew the government in 1983. Some of you don't know history. Rather than allow an Igbo man to become the president, they did a coup. Some of you need to reason very well. Okay, also you claim you went to school, you should be able to use your brain. Okay, we believe in people who are foolish. They cannot, because of the injunctive, well, chicken change the giving of them. Because of that, you are going to suffer and die. Check what will not come there. You've not seen anything. You have not seen anything. At this point in time, let us take some questions. Then we'll continue. If you want to send us a question, please, I'm not going to take a direct call. I will call my secretary, and then she will be able to tell us precisely who is who are the ones asking the questions, and what they will go to Twitter and ask your question on Twitter. When they ask your question on Twitter, then I will be able to answer it live on air here. You can ask anything you like, and I will answer it. Can you hear me? Uchenna, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead. We are listening. Do we have any questions from people that will require my response?
Yes. First, good morning, and good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us for this Q&A session. And I'm going to start with question 1. Okay, so question 1 is, good morning, sir. It appears that Oduwa is getting pretty hot at the moment and onward.
Your English is too American for us. You know, we are from the village. This English is too American. Please break it down. Raise your voice for me, please. Raise your voice and break it down for us.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group whatsoever. Just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against Nigeria. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not supporting, is not condemning any group. The people that claim to follow him, they say Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is this. Simon Ekpa is that. After 10 good months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. After 10 months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. Yet, they are now changing to Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Change! This will change. And they are looking for freedom. You see, the more you blackmail me, the more you are blackmailing yourself. You think you are blackmailing me? You are blackmailing yourself. You don't know that? When the BBC came and do their nonsense disinformation, is it only Simon Ekpa that they should be done? Is it only Simon Ekpa? You all were there. All of you were there. You could not even defend yourself. The same Simon Ekpa you are calling all manner of names, defended you there. And let me tell you, even when they mentioned Simon Ekpa, the issue they mentioned Simon Ekpa, there was nothing. I can defend anything I said. All of you could not defend yourself. Yet, you blackmail me. You think that when you blackmail me, when they want to call them, they call Holy Ekpa. All of you, your picture were there. Did you see my picture in the right? No. My picture was high, my video was hidden in the video. But all of you, your picture was there. Every day you look for Simon Ekpa, you post. Simon Ekpa is one quarter. Simon Ekpa is a Queen. Simon Ekpa is this. When the thing begin to happen, then we call you. And when the issue started, you could not defend yourself. You couldn't defend yourself. BBC did not say it was Simon Ekpa. BBC put your picture, all of you, as you were blackmailing Simon Ekpa, they did not say it was, they put all of your picture. So this one said,
We are going to kill this one. We are going to kill that one. All of your picture was there. Your video was there. Yet, you will wake up every day to blackmail someone. And if you don't, of course, some of you can never live. Hatred and jealousy of Simon Ekpa have beclouded the brain that he doesn't even have at all. I do not know when they are going to learn. They think when they promote Simon Ekpa by calling Simon Ekpa criminal, BBC will come and say Simon Ekpa. All of you, the more you are calling me a terrorist, the way you are calling me a terrorist is the same thing you are calling yourself. You think when you be a terrorist, oh Jesus Christ, this BBC disinformation should have to teach all of you a lesson. You think when you come to social media because you hate me, because you are jealous of me, because you don't like me, you think when you call me criminal, you are going to pay for everything you say. You are going to pay. You carry my name and blackmail. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Simon Ekpa is this one. Simon Ekpa is that one. You see the way BBC is dealing with you people. If anything is going to happen anywhere, you are going to also be dragged into it. And you can't even defend yourself. It's boy boss. It's in Pataka. Everywhere. Get yourself educated, you say no. Go to school, you say no. Simon Ekpa every day. Simon Ekpa every morning.
Charlie Papa, moi Papa, oh. Charlie Papa, moi Charlie Papa, moi Papa, oh. Charlie Papa, moi
We are going to close the program here, but join me in the evening. We have special updated evening. We just got some information that some people were able to enter the court today after the court's proceeding. After the court, some of our Biafrans were still hanging around and waiting today, and they were able to allow them to go and greet Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Mazi Simon Ekpa had a video with them and also gave some message to Biafrans and Nigerian government. So join us in the evening on our evening program. We're going to come back again when we are going to share that video. Very, very important. Join us on that update on today's court. You know, it is a closed door meeting. It's a closed door court and they don't allow people to enter. But many of us, people who are committed and dedicated, we are still there waiting outside. And they waited until the court is over and they took picture with our Prime Minister, and Prime Minister gave a message, which I am going to share with you on our evening program. Join us in the evening and you are going to see those videos that are coming from today's court. Thank you so much and see you in the evening. Goodbye, everybody. Don't miss the evening program. Be there.